cold, heartless bastard. and you can't stop me.
Spend 3 to get the D.
It's not that hard to get it, you know? We slinging D's out.
We just handing D's out to whoever wants it.
Please help me, I'm so sad.
Today is a good day to die. I am AFK, but I can hear everything you say.
Really? Everything I say?
I have cameras installed in Brandon's room.
Really? That's a terrible place to put those. That's such a waste of government resources, bro.
Last session, we began with one of those little like short rests where you guys
Everyone had a dream.
attempted to get some sleep in
Not
the
you, though.
apartment that you escaped to as a safe house after being attacked at Grandma's house. And you're sprawled all about. Like it's a 1-bedroom apartment, so it's like everyone's on couches and floors for the most part because you put your prisoner, one of the prisoners in the bedroom, and another one in the bathroom in the tub. And yes, the evening was overwhelmed with dreams, both foggy and very forceful, kind of warning and competing, I think, with some of your characters' motivations and the implications of the narrative and choices you guys have made so far in the campaign. Where Siegfried found himself frozen in this somewhat permeable liquid crystal. He's able to breathe for now, but like there's this overwhelming pressure where he feels like he's going to not be able to, that he's going to be absorbed by this liquid, kind of dark purpley.
Yeah, losing humanity without consent.
Yes, indeed. There's this momentum where he like feels the crystal moving, like he's trapped into it, and it's like he's rolling down a hill, but it's much more forceful than that. And he eventually is able to peer out from the crystal and see the Fang, him within it, Siegfried within it, and it's being wielded as its axe by the next heir, presumably Jurgen, but it's not actually quite clear if it is Jurgen. And Siegfried awakes in the morning.
Yeah, definitely gonna have words with you. He's not just a man, I know it.
Yes. We'll see. Malik has memories flooded of a life before Orpheus almost, with a former lover out on their days together, solidified with different dinners and dates and just doing mundane things for the most part that a couple does. And time progresses, and eventually he starts to see his rival Flexor, who we met in the prologue, who killed this homeless man that Malik was trying to save from being involved with some of the coil connections that were being set up. But nevertheless, there's this speed up that happens additionally in his dream where he has those scenes with Flexor in the distance watching, and he gets inevitably closer with each action, with each day moment, and eventually Flexor comes in and slays him and his lover, and just Malik is just on the ground dying, and he wakes up. Then we had I jumped from Luther, but that's okay. Luther was in there, and in his vision and dream was him looking through this dark void pool that's vertical, and he has his hand, one of his right arm is pulled through it partially, and like trying to go through it, and that part of his hand up to his forearm is human, if you will, and it's like trying to reach towards his family. And then the rest of his body's on the darker side of this portal, and it's 3/4 of his body is shrouded in this darkness, and he looks down and sees himself transformed into this monstrosity that will break away from, his humanity eventually. Dr. Current starts with a hopeful idea in his dream of remembering the dichotomy of the joy and darkness that was his past in Vietnam when he first met Serafina, and they were working on an experiment through the war cloud of Nam as part of the implications of why we were there as the United States and other things, and kind of an echo of occult investigations and using some of the knowledge that was gained from, their forebears from the Manhattan Project and the eugenics projects and different things like that, had these damned arts of alchemy and, lost magics that were supposed to be thrown away because of the darkness they represented and weren't. And so there was this interesting dichotomy to kind of wrestle with in the story that, he and Serafina were working to inevitably create and establish some of the alchemic arts that are now being used by this cult that you guys have been opposed with. But they initially started in a situation that was wrathful and destructive, but there was this, young love and joy, the thing that was kind of wrapped up into it, where they were both kind of escaping at that time, trying to, find a way to compartmentalize the somewhat dark efforts that were being asked of them. And the morning, everyone wakes up to the muffled kind of cries of one of your prisoners. And we have Luther have an early morning call home, trying to get a hold of his family, but it's his mechanic apprentice, Willie, talking about just the general chaos of what's been going on that you guys have been not responsible for, but involved with, and might feel some blame and guilt just character-wise by what has kind of become the outcome from. And I think that's kind of, I think what Willie represents in a lot of ways is that kind of implication to Luther, and that go between his work and personal self and different things like that. And they settle down and discuss some business things and talk about, Willie tries to ask sort of in his own way without being too pry to see if Luther wants to talk about what's going on, but he doesn't. So they just kind of move on, and Luther implies, very, help my wife. Doesn't imply. He says very directly, my wife's the thing. And then I love the cute little role play about Willie mistaking by using her, basically affectionate name, Lori, instead of Lorena, or Miss Craw, which is probably what he should be calling her, is Mrs. Craw. But that's, he's a young kid.
He's so cute.
It made me laugh, to be sure. Luther then goes into the bedroom to where the muffled cries of your blonde punk rocker chick from the ritual is, and he's very earnest to just get answers and I think kind of move on, to the next, away from this chaos, I think is an implication there. And she is just like a hard-nosed person and just kind of, and he's very gruff too at the beginning, and nevertheless, but then eventually she says no, and then he grabs her and threatens her to with a mug in the hand, and she's just basically says no again, and then uses some magic to try to get him off of her, and Luther just smashes a mug on her face, and just it turns into
Nobody like this.
a magical. It turns into a clusterfuck for a moment. There's not another way to put this. Malik
Thank
and others
God.
were coming behind, and they witnessed this. And Malik's trying to intervene and like apply first aid to the woman as her face is like bleeding, because she's already been fucked up. So like she already got hit by a grenade. So this is just like she was already at like barely any HP from the little bit you guys healed her. So it was just like immediately brought her over her track, and you guys had to like stabilize her for a moment, and like there was kind of a mad dash for that, and like arguments about what's going on, and ambivalence from Dr. Current, and even and Pinky, and then Siegfried comes in and he's trying to help Malik with the whole thing, and then I had Oliver assisting with like Serafina and the others trying to bring her back to. We kind of did a collaborative first aid and used some magic, a little bit of magic to bring her back to consciousness, and then there was sort of this forceful heart to heart, I'd call it, where you guys basically level with her, and Dr. Current ironically kind of takes the lead with it, which is funny to me. And he kind of really addresses what he knows about Dr. Fenn, quote unquote. This he got a quick inclination by when he brought up the ritual and stuff, and a couple names were dropped here and there that she reacted, and she's a young girl that fell head over heels for this charismatic doctor professor guy, and he is this cult leader, and she's been wrapped up in this like whole process of what he's been involved in, and it's obvious to a point you guys kind of eventually reason with some empathy checks and the like that you learn some other motivations besides that and stuff, her fear, especially, and like I basically partially changed three of her main motivations for this character because of this conversation. You made her realize that she's kind of evil. She's done some evil, fucked up shit. And the guy she's dating is an evil man, and maybe you shouldn't be doing that shit. Like she just like it's one of those things that she explained the story of like they've been together for like 6 months, and she just got wrapped up into his passion and everything, and like hasn't fully seen the implication of her actions, let alone Dr. Fenn's actions, until these last like 12 hours, or so, like really seeing what it's doing. She's been that kind of disconnected because he obviously kind of compartmentalized her and used her witchery. Like she's obviously a caster of some sort. You've seen her do that to his advantage. He 100% manipulated her and then cast her to the side. And this whole process shakes Serafina, and she steps in to kind of weigh in the idea of like maybe we should give her some space, and let her breathe for those things. And you guys eventually kind of break away and understand all those implications, and the I kind of described, and now I need to catch up to where my notes were. But the rest of you kind of listening in, Luther and whatnot, posted at the door by this point. And then there was this awkward little scene of Pinky and Bleach, and you guys gathering implements at the end of the thing to go to the imprisoned priest in the bathtub who's been mumbling prayers to himself this entire time.
Oh, I thought where I can sit.
And then there's at this point was the implication that Oliver and others have broken away to distract themselves with like crafting concoctions and stuff. But you guys can insert your scene in the scene where you want. It's a small 1-bedroom apartment. But we ended with the final like image of the priest left bound, blinded, gagged because he had fucked you guys up with some magic, and you're not sure exactly how he did it during the previous warehouse thing on the wharf. and Pinky starts to kind of like waterboard him with bleach for a moment as he starts to mumble prayers, and then the guy eventually like gets shocked out of his stupor because you guys
rad, bro.
you hit him with mental damage. He's not all there right now. Like he's very his mental damage is at 0, if that makes sense. Like he's very wounded mentally. He's not. Yeah, and he finally mumbles and turns to you and introduces himself in this very deep, stern voice. Hello, I'm Father Marco. And he's like spitting out the bleach, like mumbled in the gag sort of thing, you know. So we are gonna begin, I guess, with the water. I didn't think about
Pinky,
that.
Jesus Christ! At least turn on the water, man.
It's just straight bleach. Like, oh my
Yeah,
god.
it's just-
Oh, that's so.
at least turn on the water in the bathtub, man.
Oh, bleach like not bleach. Pinky probably turns to you and snaps his fingers. And it's like, oh yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. You know, like,
Fucking Christ.
oh, I forgot about that pressure.
Dealing with fucking.
Siegfried
So-
for his part is utterly horrified and goes, "We
Yeah.
said no bleach!"
The implication.
we never agreed on no bleach. We just
Okay.
said I wasn't gonna kill him.
Pause.
We said threatening first!
Yeah.
Pause 2
Use
seconds
your
before we get
brain!
in Pinky. Pause for 2 seconds. Okay.
Good Pinky.
One, like the implication narratively, after this scene is you guys are going to rest. You kind of woke up early and did some things, but you don't have to be anywhere till later this evening, and most of you feel pretty tired, and that was the implication. Like you have like 8 hours until you need to meet up with Mr. Sterling, your handler, about the next part of the mission. The other thing is there are motivations for this scene I want to loosely, exploit. And by loosely, I mean exploit. So, for those things. So, nevertheless,
Question.
no, answer. Yes, okay.
Is Vivian moving about freely now? Because Siegfried does have a sister, he is a family man, and he would want to take care of the little one.
Freely what? I missed the first part, I'm sorry.
Is she moving about freely now? Like, can't you just move freely around the house? Because, like,
Yeah, you're in a
She's
one-bedroom
not having
apartment,
one.
but yeah, yeah.
No, he's asking, can she move freely, as in the witch girl?
The witch girl, I don't know. Do you guys unbind her?
And Siegfried did, yes.
Okay.
Nobody protested.
And I didn't write that down.
He
that
is
time,
currently
okay.
crying inside of a room. So
True.
That's true.
We left Serafina with her.
Yeah. Seraphina's in the room
Yes,
with her.
but that was 8 hours ago. You said 8 hours passed.
No,
No,
that
it's like
was-
instants ago.
No, that's happening now. You guys have 8 hours to do with what you will, including this interrogation, before the next
Oh,
scene.
sorry, I misinterpreted.
No, it's all good. It's all good. So you're okay. So
He's still bringing them snacks. Whatever's in the house.
Oliver's principle.
Hmm?
I need answers. I think
I need answers.
is important to the scene because there is an implication that you guys loosely know by this point that this priest is not directly connected to your punker chick Evelyn. Like they're not part of the same organization. So he has a different layer of knowledge that could help you understand more of what they're trying to accomplish. Dr. Current, you see an opportunity here that I thought was interesting with your new motivation. What is mankind but a toy?
Oh,
To be like,
god damn it.
this guy has an obvious power level with what mankind can achieve that is something that you have heard about but don't understand, and maybe it's something you could use. If not, he would be a badass toy to have in your little undead army. Just saying.
That's true.
Oh no.
True.
What does this guy say
No,
about his
I
power level?
already promised the group I wouldn't kill
Well,
this
if you do
guy.
kill this guy as
Yet.
he's currently bound, everyone is losing humanity. Just so you know.
I already told everybody that they're gonna let me intimidate him my way.
Yeah.
But I'm not
oppose
gonna
that-
kill him.
To oppose both of those motivations, almost in a way, against Oliver and Adrian, Luther, you have this idea of like your protection motivation, which I think is like kind of key here. But that motivation also sort of opposes your other one of like leaving things to chance. Do you want to leave what happens to this guy in the hands of where you could be labeled an accomplice or the like? And how does that, there's those kind of layers that come to that. So you kind of have two motivations that compete against what's going on. That doesn't mean you have to take this exploitation, but every exploitation, whether it's affirming or estranging, gets you +3. If it's estranging, it's +3 strain back of your choice. If it's affirming, you get +3 humanity back. So bear that in mind. Siegfried, your moral code, your recent motivation you've added, definitely I think would compete against the idea of just hurting this priest, killing this priest. You even though he messed with your brain and like scared you somehow, you know that if he was someone that was going to try to oppose you, he would have done so in some way. Like he just looks like a guy that could if he wanted to, but there's he's also mentally fucked up. So there's that. But you Siegfried will know explicitly because of what happened to you that it was effective because he locked eyes with you. Like he has to see you to do it. You know that explicitly. So keeping him blinded is a good idea. Is the implication there. So other than that, you guys argue about the bleach for a moment. And Pinky puts the bleach down, puts the cap on, and he is running over to the tub and ironically is spending time to adjust the water to the right temperature by turning on hot and cold. So while he's doing that,
Thank God somebody knows what they're doing in this fucking apartment. Jesus Christ, man.
And it's just whoever is. It's obviously Pinky, Current, and I think Malik was coming as well. Oliver and Siegfried and Luther. I picture you guys kind of in the living room or down the hallway from them.
I thought Malik was having a cigarette in the
I
in the
was
lobby.
muted this whole time. Can I please say what I was gonna say?
Yeah.
I just want to say to Pinky while he's adjusting water, Pinky, no bleach. That is very rude. Stop it.
I think you just see me in the background like, nah, we're doing the bleach thing.
Dr. Kurt, shut up!
You see,
You're bad for speaking.
Like he's not saying anything. He's just like putting his hand like around like not like around his neck, but like doing the like chopping motion with his hand. Like,
okay,
now we're doing the bleach
I think
thing.
Pinky is going.
Yeah, but I don't think Pinky's gonna get that instead of words.
No, he's gonna jump to the side and he's gonna clap his hands, and Alexander and Hamilton are gonna come into the room and help him like take off the gag from the priest, and then you have these rats all like by his mouth, and he's like really frozen. The priest is he's like, oh, what the fuck is, because he's blinded, you can't see it. He's like, oh, thank you for one of the rats is trying to get in his mouth, so he closes it really tight. He's just like,
Priest, I am the guy you mind fucked. If we promise to take the blindfold off,
you are the wielder. He closes his mouth.
can you promise to not mindfuck us again? I am resisting the I don't like its murderous urges. I just kind of have it, okay?
It is an interesting request, seeing how you have kept me bound for over many hours. I don't even
But
know.
I also didn't kill you when I easily could have, did I?
you have not been possessed then?
I'm also not possessed now, because the axe is in the other room right now.
The axe is never far away.
I keep telling to shut up. So I just leave it in another room.
What? Fine, I will not mind fuck you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay,
No mindfuck, no
okay,
mind
can
touch,
we talk
nothing.
about how I do not believe him at all?
You do not believe him at all, no.
I just fucking like. I think Adrian Current just literally says this out loud. He's like, okay, you're gonna take his word on that? You're just gonna let him go for it?
He's a priest.
I don't give a fuck if he's a
bound by
priest.
his oath. He's bound by his oath to speak
To
the truth.
what? He's bound by his oath to what? To not mind fuck you? Mind fuck you what?
To speak the truth.
What bullshit?
Down to the light.
Swear
light
by
of
light
any
you
of
won't
my
mind fuck
dick.
anyone.
if any of you
Dr.
have,
Kurt, shut up. Priest, swear by light you won't mind fuck anyone.
What?
um,
Okay, wait. If he's gonna swear to the light, what do we get to do to him if he breaks the oath?
Then somebody can kill him. What do I care?
Okay, that's good. That's all I needed to hear. Great, fantastic. Pinky, take it off. Fuck him. Fuck it. Pinky, take it off. I don't care.
I need, because this guy is mentally not here.
Oh my god.
I need a group intimidation check to ensure the action that you've just declared sinks into this guy's brain.
Can I?
Because
Fuck
it's the way he's situated, the mumbling that kind of happens under his breath constantly. He is very, very messed up right now. So you need to ensure he really understands what you mean. So I need an intimidation check. We can do it as a group, or if one person wants to just do it, who might have the best intimidation. I am fine
Is
either way.
intimidation charisma or willpower? Because
Also,
it doesn't feel
okay, so
anything
who
else.
is in this room now? Because I thought that we were separated also. Like we're not all just moving from room to room as one big group.
No. So yes. Words. You have the bathroom that I imagine is connected to the same hallway that the bedroom is connected to, but outside. And I see Dr. Curran sitting on the toilet with Pinky on the tub, right? And we have obviously Siegfried like in the bathroom, squeezed in there too, yelling at the guy. And then you were Oliver last. You can change this, of course, but like you're just down the hall in the kitchen, like doing your thing with your panaceas and stuff. With the other apparatuses that have been given to you from Mr. Sterling from your arrangements to this safe house. And then Luther is probably in the living room by this point, in the hallway. Oh no, he was perched up by the bedroom door, making sure Serafina doesn't, accidentally or on purpose get taken over by a witch. Was the implication. So, with that in mind, I will continue the idea by spending some spiritual strain to raise this guy's wariness by 1 because he only has no points in
He has
empathy.
no points.
I'd also like to do a couple of things, i.e., raise my wariness and
You
let
need
the
to.
ghosts
Yes, that was
pay
my
attention.
That was my next thing. Is like if you would like to raise your awareness to try to make sure you believe this man for what he's promising here, you need to do so. I am going to also spend some mental strain to raise this guy's vigilance, even though he's blindfolded. Just to
So I know this I know this is a very small 1-bedroom apartment. So like what is the orientation from the bedroom and bathroom? Like are they across from each other in the hall, or are they like Um,
They're like next to each other.
they're like side by side. So like, if you're coming out the bedroom, you don't immediately see into the bathroom.
No, it's like you look down to your right and like see them like 10 feet
Gotcha.
down from you.
I would also like to preach on the impeccable logic of I could have killed you, but I didn't.
Huh. I guess your intimidation is I could have killed you, but I didn't. And my intimidation is I will kill you, and I'm not lying. I suppose. So,
That's funny. Oh wait, no, he can only.
God forbid a fucking a medium get freaky.
Okay, so all right, let's do your. Well, he said things before you intimidated. So, what's your guys' wariness at right now?
4. I'm gonna bump mine to 4.
2. Mine is a
3.
2. It's one's intimidation.
I don't think I'm
Funnily
there, but mine is 4.
Well, Malik, you can be there.
thought Malik said he
I am of
stormed
no
off.
use to the situation.
Yeah, well, I imagine he was like just outside somewhere, but
My
I am
wariness
blowing
is
steam after
4,
all
is
the
a 2,
single comments and
intimidation.
lover situation
Okay.
from last session.
with 4 being the highest I hear, then I'm going to say that all of you believe that this priest is wanting to reason with you and wanting to confirm the things. But the intimidation is now key to ensure that he understands the pressure of what you mean. Because even if he's saying that, I think there's that interpretation. Like I said, he's at 0 mental health right now. He's like I don't. He's very, very dazed, if you will. But nevertheless,
It's right for therapy.
who do we want to have roll the intimidation, or do you want to do it as a group? And therefore, who's leading?
I think we should do it as a group because I don't think there's who's here like in the bathroom. I guess it's just me, Siegfried, and is Oliver here in the bathroom, like in the hallway?
That's what I was trying to figure out.
That's up to you, brother.
I think that I want to be there, but it's more so as like a realization after, like, I was busy crafting my things, and then I realize, what am I doing? I need to play into the motivation. I need answers. I can't just be sitting here. So then I take up all of my crafting items and I go. So sure, I am here. Yes.
Okay.
Oliver is a bit of a paradox, isn't he?
I would guess that Siegfried's charisma is better than mine. I would
Let me
like to
double check.
imagine.
My charisma is a 2, so not
God.
really high.
Okay, we have the same charisma.
Mm-hmm.
And my wariness is at a 2. My intimidation is a D. So not high either.
Okay.
I'm more of the I scare you by having my ex eat bullets.
Okay.
Not
well then.
I scare you by being scary.
Well, my intimidation is a B. I am scary. So
You should lead the role.
okay.
I also I have no intimidation. I don't know if I should actually even try to be a part of the role.
Okay.
But I have 8 skill points. If I can up my intimidation mid-game, if that's fair, or if it needs to be between
You
games.
should have done that.
If you
at the
have
beginning, but yeah,
skill, your intimidation's at a D. You need 2 to get it to a C. I mean, to get it, yeah.
And another 2 to be at a B, right? Or is it a
3 to be to a B.
Yes. So you would need 5 to get it to a B from a D.
I think intimidation to a B would make sense.
Yeah.
Especially if it involves not killing a fool. So if I can, mid-game, I would gladly raise it to a B.
I am fine with this as long as we're
Good.
talking about how it works. I'm fine with this.
You're learning on the fly how to do it.
Like, there's nothing wrong with that idea, I think. As we've discussed before, like, we can modify characters. Like, if you feel something's not working, we can always discuss, like, modifications and stuff. But,
I think a B will only allow a reroll, right?
Yeah, but that's good enough.
Well, B gets you to be able to spend up to 3 strain. So.
Up for strain. Temp strain, right?
No,
Or just strain in general?
Just strain.
You have to
Okay,
have to have the highest rank to get temp strain. Which I wish this guy was rolling an intimidation check. He has a high intimidation, but okay. He's not rolling intimidation.
All right.
Okay.
All right, buddy. We're on equal ground here, then. Let's do it.
Roll. You guys are assisting each other.
Oh boy. I'm warming the dice up. Don't mind me. Okay. That was a good choice. My dice are so cold.
Information is roll to charisma, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Occasionally something else.
Holy.
Right. And that's that means that's spiritual strain if you want to spend the spiritual strain.
Let me double check how much I have. I think I have 9 right now.
Okay. So the plan is to try to match the number. Because the closer we are to each other's results, the better the result overall will be.
Yeah. But as long as you're not, if you're -4 or more, it doesn't help you at all.
Yeah.
From the lead. So Brandon,
we're good. So I'm at a 4 right now without spending strain. So if we want to make it higher, like let's say we wanted to get to a 5, if you wanted to spend 2 to get to 5 and I got to 5, it would.
I'm already at 3, so we are already way over 5.
Yeah. Well, you could spend. Yeah, if you don't even have to spend anything technically, because I'm at a 4. If we don't want to spend something, if we think 4 is good enough, it would add like a mod to mine because I'm leading it, right?
If you're
leading it, yes.
Yeah.
Let me give you 1, so we're at a 5.
Okay, yeah, so we're at 4. No, we'll stay at 4. I won't spend any. So you spend 1, we'll get to a 4, and then it'll go up to I think 8 or a 7. Yeah, because it's +3. So we'll keep it at a 7.
It's a +3. Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, you get a +3 modifier. Okay. So a 7.
Combined quotes is still confusing me, man.
So
it takes
Yeah. So how it works is like when we are doing a collab, you're trying to get as close to like we're both trying to get the same number, right? Because if we get the same number, it adds a modifier over the total roll. So like if we both have a 4, it adds a +3 on top of our total roll, which is a 4. So if we both come in at 4, it makes the roll a total of a 7. So like because we're collaborating on making the check better together. So
what if we both have like a 5? Would it be an 8?
It would be an 8.
Or how does it work?
Yes.
Yeah. The higher the better. Yeah, always. But
the higher the better.
So it's like basically combined -2, -1, depending on what
I just posted the little chart that comes from the book about it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Like it's like. Yeah, so the more people makes it a little more chaotic, but inevitably you only can ever get a +3. But if you have someone that's a lead that has a really high, and others can get there close by, you can make it. I don't know. You guys did in the previous campaign that we played. I remember that's some of the few ways you got to like +20s and shit.
Yeah.
At when you guys were like level 10 and stuff. So.
It's a little confusing, but I think I'm starting to get it.
No, it is, but once it's in application, I feel like it makes more sense than when you read it, which I think is a lot about Orpheus sometimes. Yeah. So, in application, it's like, oh yeah, that's really cool. When you read it, sometimes I'm like, huh?
But remember that it also goes the other way. So like if you're far, far away from my roll, it will actually make the roll worse because you will not be helping at all. Like if you're
Okay.
4 under, so let's say like I rolled a 4 and you rolled a 0, like it would come out to 3 total.
Yeah. Okay. Well, with a 7.
One more question.
Hmm.
If I have Alexander and Hamilton get back on my hand, clearly zombie rats, would it add some kind of passive intimidation to it, or
Oh.
Situational.
I did not think of this.
This is a situational bonus. Yeah, that's key. I will give a +1 situational for the rats.
Oh.
okay? So we'll have
He is
them
also
get back on my
bound in a
hand and just
bathtub.
cuddle them.
He is bound in a bathtub. Okay, we'll make it +2.
So it's a 9.
Okay, so I
Very
will have
scary
them get back
situation.
on my hand and I just cuddle them.
That's
Because
very
they're
valid. With the intimidation, there might be with how high you rolled. Another layer that I could add to this.
Oh, so if I mix the low grade pseudo with some acid.
Okay, no.
cute.
All right. Well,
Basically.
Father Marco, he nods to you very fervently twice, and he says,
Please don't laugh at me again. It was so scary.
On the Creed, you gave me a brain fart. He says, "On my faith, the word, the truth of the light." I'm gonna say the extra layer that I'm gonna add to this is you are asking him, in the simplest terms, to exploit one of his motivations, which is kind of, I think, obvious by this point. He's very faithful and very much about truth and these things, and you're trying to. So if he follows through, he has a potential to regain some strain back. So it's kind of worth him to like take a pause and like listen out and like kind of but that's the caveat here, is that if he follows through, he gets some strain back, and nevertheless, as faith is obviously very important to him, despite his kind of look. So with that, I imagine Pinky very impatiently pulls the rag blindfold off the guy's head and kind of pulls some of his hair, and he goes, "Ah!" And he shakes it and he looks at you, and he has these stark gray blue eyes that are just like very piercing. His hair is all messed up, but you could tell that he had gel or something in it that slicked it back. He has this weird scar across his eye, on his left eye, that's like, it's really broad, and at first it looks almost like a tattoo, but it's too aggravated. It's too angry. Like, it looks like a monster claw's eye, but it's very subtle. Like, it doesn't dig into his skin, but it almost looks like a claw. So like magic or something. Like he got hit within the face with magic at some point. Like it's very obvious. It's weird. And he's late 40s. Somewhat decent pepper in his beard and whatnot. Obviously Italian descent. And he has his light Kevlar over his like priestly sort of warrior robe thing. Like it is Catholic church looking, but it's obviously not standard issue stuff. Like he's obviously part of a subsect, if you will, that's about the occult. Like you kind of get that vibe as a reminder.
Priest.
And he looks towards you all and says, "I am at your service, if you promise my freedom."
Look, man, I don't understand what's going on at all. I don't know why you fought in the first place. I'm just kind of here.
Are you
If you could just
seek
explain
freedom?
what's happening. Yeah, that's me.
I have your family's third album in my car.
What the fuck?
Really? Oh, that's
Yes,
an honor.
I love your metal rock rendition of Johann Beethoven's da 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 da. He says whatever it is. I don't know music. Oh, it was absolutely gorgeous. He gets kind of weirdly excited, and then he realizes he has Peaky staring at him, and these two other rats like hissing, like.
And Siegfried is just absolutely honored. He's like, "Thank you. I worked very hard on that."
The rest of you, I do not know.
Okay, can we get to the part where you tell us what the fuck we want to know, or like, are we just gonna sit here and gush
You
over
have yet
music?
to ask me a question.
Well, my cohort seems to be distracted.
I'm not distracted. I'm just honored.
Ask
You
him
know
the questions.
difference.
What is your question?
What were you doing at the warehouse?
Yeah, what the fuck is happening?
Thank you. God.
A clear question. Thank you. I work with a group called the Grey. We monitor cult activity across the globe, funded by some clandestine accounts that attach to the Archdiocese of the Catholic Church.
They don't
So,
would have
The Vatican, then, or?
They would never admit this openly. And I would say that you were lying should that information leave this room.
So I'm guessing you're here to kill the vampire queen, then? That apparently is running the city and has been for decades.
His eyebrow raises in confusion that he has not.
God.
Obviously.
I am
Siegfried
fucking...
too. He's like fucking confused as shit.
You heard
What?
Siegfried,
You
your
were there.
character was there when Mr. Sterling explained it, but that's okay. You're still processing.
Yeah, but,
All right,
but he's like confused as shit about everything. That's his thing.
Father Marco would say, I am not aware of a vampire other than your handler, Mr. Sterling.
All right, Mr. Godman, the vampire is unimportant. Why were you at that warehouse the other night with the cultists and the blowing up of the things?
I beg to differ
doing?
about a vampire on the loose that is not chained down to... Master Phelanbray has always been very stern with Mr. Sterling. That is why we have allowed him to do business, because he has been helpful against the darkness that has plagued the city. We thought this was Mr. Fenn at work. He shakes his head. Obviously has a horrendous headache.
Okay. Well, from
Well,
one guy to
some
another, the
water,
vampire
please.
is not important.
The warehouse... By this point, I am sure you are as much of aware as we were of what was at the warehouse. A apparatus that was tapping into the ley lines of the world, the spirit realm, was manipulating it to gain, as many have tried to do, what probably burgeoned this vampire queen are talking about. Playing with the lines between life and death, the power of God. Power that is not ours to keep, not ours to know. That is why so many histories have been erased over these last 2,000 years. And we, the Grey, have been there to help protect those who could not protect themselves from the darkness.
So wait. Many of the stories about vampires and demons and shit like that would have been thought were just stories? Could have been actually real?
Most have been aggrandized into tales that are probably far from the actual happenings, but there is always an element of truth within the myth. I have learned this explicitly in my last 20 years serving the Grey. I have seen things that make no sense, that only could be explained by these stories, including what I have read about the Fang and its own implements. He looks at
Could you tell me more about the Fang, please? Because
the rest of you know this will distract completely
We
from
are
your purpose.
Hey, warehouse.
And
Why
the
were we
father
in the
is
warehouse?
like so willingly like, oh yes.
I put the foot, dude. I pour bleach on his head. I don't care. Just warehouse.
Kurt,
Now.
shut up! I want to know
Warehouse
more.
now.
This includes me.
He's distracting you from the problem. Okay, he's trying to get you.
I think
What are you distracted here?
Father Marco loses to physical strain as the bleach gets poured on his face.
He is trying to distract you from the actual problem. He has given us no answers except what you want to know. You can ask him these questions in a minute. We don't even know what the fuck we're talking about.
I am being willingly distracted here.
And I'm the bad guy.
What the... Shut up!
Guys,
I know what the core issue is, but I want to know more about the fucking thing.
Alexander and Hamilton and Pinky hissing at each other as they're like mimicking Adrian and Siegfried arguing in the background. And Father Marco's just sitting there, just like spitting out bleach and just like, what did I do wrong?
You can ask him questions about your axe
Can we
later,
stop
right?
your bleach, please?
You can ask him questions about your axe later. We need to know why he's there or what he knows.
That does not give you an excuse to pour bleach over the man.
Why not?
You may.
My gosh, my eyes are burning.
Hold on. Jeffrey grabs the shower thingy, the shower head, and just rinses it off.
Oh goodness. I think Father Marco needs to roll another horror check at this point. Because
just try to be a person, you know.
I know you're.
Why is it so hard to be a straight man? I love it.
Points are the same. I think I'm gonna go Oh no, I'm not gonna go mental. I have to go spiritual because I have a mental debuff.
I'm trying to figure out how.
Is this how Brandon felt when he was?
Yes, this is how I feel. This is how I feel all the time. I'm losing my mind.
You guys obviously are starting to stress out Father Marco. He takes some stress damage from the horror check because he's.
I'm trying to figure out like how much I'm actually able to hear from down the hall.
Oh no, he'll spend some.
And
we are screaming.
You can definitely.
I hear the screaming. The screaming I certainly hear.
I say no. He's gonna spend some humanity because he has fatalism to push through.
So this is Panic felt the entire fucking time to drink what I can pay.
I'm glad that Siegfried is the good guy. This is not the time to be a good guy. We are interrogating a man.
Right. You're
I'm
watching.
trying to be the good guy, and I'm losing my fucking mind here.
It sucks, doesn't it? It's hard.
But I have to laugh, and it's funny.
Alexander, Hamilton, and Pinky continue to hiss and growl at each other in the background. Luther, you probably
Alexander, Hamilton, stop engaging with Pinky.
Yeah, Pinky, leave him the fuck alone, man. Nothing to do with you.
Come here. Back shoulder.
Pinky, wash his eyes out. Jesus Christ. Watch the man's eyes out.
Why are you doing that? God, you muted yourself.
I think he's looking something up.
Oh my god, what is happening?
By this point, what are we doing? Luther, you would hear most of what's going on, I would imagine. Like the general gist, not every word, I imagine. By this point, they have obviously waterboarded this guy twice. In some capacity. It seems like they're getting some answers out of it, but they're obviously not satisfied with the answers. So
I mean, I am 100% hearing them argue with each other. Current losing his mind.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still in the hall for now. It's kind of getting hard to stay out of the situation.
Oliver, as they're arguing over each other, you just. Is there anything you want to do?
I mean, would I be permitted to be the even more good cop here? Like, is that allowed?
Yeah.
Do whatever you
Please
want.
Please.
While they're arguing, I'm sort of gonna like put like very carefully push past like sort of like skirt around them and go to him with a panacea
in a small bathroom with 3 rats.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just like
Fucking
wiggling,
losing it, bro.
I'll offer him a panacea, like bending down and say, "Here, Father, drink this."
What the fuck?
I don't know much of the Catholic faith, and then I would like to say like a very short Hebrew prayer to him as reassurance.
Ew, Jew.
What an insane thing to say!
That would be a nuts reaction from him, by the way. Extremely out of pocket reaction from the Catholic priest.
Goodness gracious, guys, you're ridiculous.
That's good. That's a good bit.
Hey, the Abrahamic faiths are not on each
Ew,
other's
don't
side.
touch me, you Hebrew.
The Abrahamic faiths are not on each other's side, to be fair.
No, it's very
That's
true actually, but
so good.
I'm just gonna try. I'm trying.
The intentionality, I think, is kind of. I love it.
We're pouring bleach on his head. He's more worried about the Jewish boy touching him. That's hilarious. That's so funny. It's like, ew, what the hell?
Bigfoot is essentially whimpering at this point and just like, what the fuck is happening?
Oh, it's so
I'm
good.
wondering too sometimes. It's okay. Okay, while they're arguing and the rats are hissing, he kind of looks confusedly. But he does you kind of shocked his brain too. If I remember correctly, but that's okay.
He doesn't know that.
He doesn't know exactly what happened in that situation with but I think he'll nod at it after he hears the prayer and understand the intention from it. Faith is very important to him, but you get the impression that he is loyal to the idea of God, and he happens to be with the Catholic Church. He's not necessarily a Catholic.
Hey man, same God, same.
Yeah, you kind of get that impression. Like he that's like his whole vibe is he found God through war after the fact, like kind of thing. But he will, with his bound hands, take the panacea, and he takes the first gulp and like coughs and springs it back and is like, "What is this?"
It's a type of medicine. Just let it do its work. It'll help. It's what saved your life last time.
He gulps it down with a veracity that, definitely tells you this guy wants to live. And he I don't what does he get healed for, good sir?
So this is a rank 3 panacea, so it's that good. Here, let me go to the page real quick.
Good.
It's that good.
Can I get some good?
It recharges 2d3 strain of each type.
What the fuck?
And also heals 1d3 +1 of chosen wound.
I can't wait to bring all of you people back from the dead. This will be so good.
It's
It's gonna be so good.
Okay, so 2d3 strain of
I
each.
probably
Right.
need a new character.
So he
Feels
just
so
rolled
good.
a 5. So he gets 5 strain back of each type. That's
I
insane.
wonder who Current is least upset with.
What? Why would you heal him? I'm losing my mind.
And then 1d3 +1 wounds, you said?
You are the
Yeah.
worst
Okay.
fucking torturers ever.
You people are the worst
No,
interrogators.
It's good cop, bad cop. Come on.
Oh, this is not good cop, bad cop. This is like good cop, great cop. What the fuck is happening? What the hell?
Come on, just try to be a human.
He rolled a 1 on the D3, so he will heal 2 clarity to at least get him out critically wounded.
Trying to be human in
So
Orpheus
you
protocol.
I mean, it makes sense that these characters are nice to this guy. They haven't
No,
seen.
it does. You know, they haven't
It makes
seen
sense.
the horrendous wars that you've been through and other things, but it's okay.
Yeah.
I love the dichotomy going
We're
on.
not taking into account that this dude brain fucked you.
I like the imagery
yesterday.
that like Pinky comes over to you and like tugs Adrian to get you to pay attention, and that's part of your reaction. And then
Whoa!
the guy finishes drinking it, and Pinky, like, you look down at Pinky after your reaction, and Pinky is just like shrugs, like, "What the fuck?" You know,
What
like,
the hell, kid? Yeah.
you generally get the impression that Pinky was expecting to have a new baby brother, and that's not happening, and Pinky's confused. So, like,
Are you good, Pinky? Are you okay?
Pinky looks at you with, like, you know, he hisses at you, and then he looks over at Alexander and Hamilton and shrugs with that idea of, well, you have them. I guess you're kind of cool. That's about.
Why are you hissing at me, young man?
He will slit your throat.
What is it gonna take?
Baby brother, he wants more dead people on his side.
Yeah.
Guys,
want
Pinky
headpets,
is the
maybe?
true necromancer in this
My
relationship.
familiar is the goat. Okay. My familiar.
Don't let
knows
the
exactly what I
don't let the
want.
fairy tale vibes fool you. He will slit your throat in your sleep.
He
He
will
will
kill you.
throw it in your sleep. Yes, he will. Just you guys just went through the right moment, and all of a sudden, I love it.
Oh, jeez.
Nevertheless, Father Marco obviously looks much better. Not like
say.
100% healed, but he feels a shit ton better. You can tell. And
I'm
he
not mad.
nods.
I'm glad you guys are playing your characters. My character's
He-
fucking pissed though.
Yeah, he nods his graciousness, and he definitely feels Dr. Current fuming off to the side, and he says, "All right, maybe now I can think a little more clearly. I can understand your question. We were
I
there
can
to
assure you,
stop.
we want the same thing.
Good. Father Zeke, Sister Evie, Sister Amara, and I went there not knowing of Orpheus's involvement. We assumed the worst with what has happened, that Orpheus had been... We received information there was attack on Mr. Sterling's office. We obviously were misinformed, or if that attacked, maybe it happened. He waves it off. We came there to stop what you stopped, the ritual. I assume by this point, otherwise things would be, I assume, much worse. Based upon what I understood, the Sister Amara understood the ritual would have encompassed the thousands that live in Manhattan. Used them to a chaotic purpose, their souls as sacrifice to command the cipher of unmaking in an extent that has not been seen since the days of the first pharaohs, when they sacrificed your people. Looks to Oliver.
He just sort of grimaces.
The implications of what the ancient Egyptians called Ma'at is what is at play here. They are rebalancing Dr. Fenn, that is, and his cult, attempting to rebalance the order of power back to a time when those who saw them as descendants of gods ruled instead of those who should inherit the earth. It is evil that's hasn't been played with, I guess, in an independent sense, since World War II. But the governments have been involved here and there, and that is part of what the Grey, and sometimes our allies Orpheus, fight against, is... I don't know if that isn't involved here. I don't know who funds Arthur. But you say some vampire queen. He shakes still and kind of in disbelief at that idea. That is why we were there. I have answered your question. He obviously is overwhelmed by the ideas of what you've shared with him, and like his brain finally being like not as critically wounded. He's kind of like settling into the uncomfortable feeling of, what has happened to him and what has happened to the city, and he has obviously no idea where his compatriots are at this point, and if they're alive or dead, or there's the he emotions welling up behind him, but he kind of looks at you with kind of these watery eyes as he has those intense emotions well up and waits to see if you have another question.
Can you tell me more about the Fang now, please?
Father
I'm
Mark.
so confused about it. It just keeps yelling at me to kill, and I keep trying to shut the fuck up.
He looks towards the others if there's questions, because he heard the conversation before about the Fang and like how that's not exactly what you're interested in. So he waits to see if you have other questions before he answers Siegfried.
Second one's direct answers, not something cloaked in other answers.
I think you just see Current, like, nose pinched, like, okay, Siegfried asked this question, kid, you're on the docket, you got a question? Because apparently everything I'm trying to do is just bullshit, it seems. It seems like you guys have this handled, so do I need to leave, or what's the...
Current? Let me ask my direct questions, please.
I would honestly rather be drinking bleach than asking this man questions. It seems.
Once you finished solving the ritual, what would you have done next? What would be your next course of action?
He said solving the ritual?
Yeah, because they were at the warehouse fighting.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
then stopped the ritual, but through the fighting, what would they
Okay.
have done after that? It's the
we had what's the word I'm looking for? A boat captain. I don't know why I couldn't think of the word captain. But we had a boat captain that was waiting with a small skiff to take what was left of this apparatus out to sea and have it destroyed. Was it destroyed?
oh, yeah, it was. But all that does is solve the immediate issue. What were you going to do about the cult themselves? So long as they're still around, they can just rebuild infinitely. So long as the root of this problem still exists, they can keep going.
So Fen was not there. We were hoping to find information of where he was. If he he seems to be the key player at work here. So taking care of the head of the snake, so to speak, was our intention, but when we arrived, it was obvious that his organization has grown to a point by manipulating the impoverished and marginalized of the city to his own advantage.
Like Evelyn.
What was that? I'm sorry?
Like Evelyn.
Like Evelyn and like there were others. There were young men and homeless from the streets and that have disappeared. And Father Zeke runs a homeless shelter in the soup kitchen. One of the things that led his investigation to even begin was people he has known for years. That's why he called us at the Grey, have been disappearing, and the rumors of the mutated rats and odd sicknesses that were taking over these people that just had nothing. It was something that Sister Elmara and I could not sit back and watch, so we took the call from Father Zeke, and we have only been here 2 days ourselves, so what little information I have, it comes from Father Zeke. I know of Arthur Fenn. He knows of you all in some way, it seems. But I assume that's his connection with your organization here in the city. I am not from...
You know he's an evil asshole, right?
Arthur Fenn, yes. Have I met him? Have I seen other than a picture of him? No. There's only one person, maybe two in this, 3, if we count your crying other prisoner in the room, that know who have met him in the flesh. So I would ask Dr. Current here, or Lady Seraphina in the other room, or whoever that other prisoner is. They have seen Arthur more than I have.
Mate,
But
he manipulated an underage girl into loving him. Isn't that proof enough of his evil?
I'm not saying
he doesn't work for him.
Also, a reminder: she's like 20. She's not underage.
Yeah.
I remember that she's underage.
No, you didn't. She's young, not underage.
She's very
I
young.
think I meant German underage in terms of drinking.
Yeah.
Okay, my fault. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Also, he doesn't work for him or anything.
But
this is
Siegfried is also German, so it's valid.
Fair.
Yeah, no, he doesn't work for Arthur. The priest doesn't. Father Marco works for a different organization.
works for the Grey, Father Zeke, whatever that is.
What do we know about the Grey, if anything? I guess is that a me question? I guess it's a me question.
That is.
I can imagine that these two
You would probably know more than anyone else.
Yeah.
Okay.
I say we as a general group. I like to include my friends. Yeah.
This is a knowledge occult.
It is a cult.
Oh God.
I was wondering if it might be.
Whoa.
I mean, since it's religion based, I was wondering if it would.
That's a cult.
I mean, yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's a cult.
I'm just saying.
That's a cult.
It's a cult. It's not. It's not magical. It's not a magical knowledge.
Yeah, I was just wondering if they were like separated. or
Just
That
like
shit
a
dice
joined
drinking.
rightly.
it's like a focus. Like a focus occult, I guess, right? I would
Yeah,
imagine.
focus a goal. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Oh! I fucking yeeted those. Holy shit. I rolled really bad.
Oh.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
I think I'm gonna use my reroll. Hold on.
Wait.
Let's see if it's better. It probably won't be, but who knows? It was. That's a lot better than the -2. It's actually a +2.
Wow.
Ah,
Wow.
wow. So it goes up to a
Wow.
5 from that. I don't think I need to spend anything.
A 5.
A 5.
Okay.
Imagine Dr. Current is aware.
Indeed.
Awares.
Dr. Current, okay. Since you a 3 would have gotten you the reminder of what I've messaged you guys early on in the campaign.
Yeah.
The gray are like what in the occult world in this, world we're in here, are what general occult people refer to as aliens. There is that layer. So, but there's an obvious like correlation that people have forgotten about over the last 2,000 years. That the 1,000 years probably more accurate. That this Catholic group called the Grey has been responsible in researching those things. So it's kind of like they adopted that name because of the group. This group has been around for the better part of 1,000 years. That has been probably longer than that. To the aspect that there are loose understandings that they had origins in some of the getting the word right now. See if I can let me look up and remember the word. That they're older than that, even though like they used to be like this other group of people that kind of connect back even farther to like Greece and before then, and kind of this idea of the followers of my brain farted for a second. The followers of Dionysus in a lot of ways, and kind of connected to this idea of agape and this unconditional love, and how it kind of, when Christianity took hold, they kind of adopted that idea and kind of assimilated it into kind of, to convert people and to get people on the similar side to that. But they might even go like further back than that. It's like one of those things that like the Gray have had many names of what they've done over the many millennia that humanity has wrestled with the unknown, if you will, the gods, as many elders kind of called it, to that idea. So there is this idea of like there's like older like entities, if you will, that they like might even like connect to, that like have been reframed into the monotheistic like Christian God sort of thing. But nevertheless, with a 5, you wouldn't understand that there are these, and you've met one. I messaged Dr. Kern about this in the earlier part.
Alien.
That he has met a one of the entities from the outside that would know a lot more about the Gray but you would, Dr. Current, need to basically do a summoning ritual of sorts to like bring them here. Like they exist kind of between realms. They're called the fairy. You've met. He calls himself. You think it's a he. You're not really sure. They don't really have gender in the same way that you understand. But he called himself the enumerator. He likes to calculate the people and things, and he counts things. He's really weird with what he collects and counts, and but the fairy are fae in like old terms, like they kind of look like that and have that pointed ear vibe, but they're not like like Tinkerbell, like in any way, shape, or form. People have manipulated the stories over the years. They are like, think of like Pan's Labyrinth vibe. Like these things are not good or bad. They're something else. But they know about. They've gifted and been responsible a lot for the success of the Gray over the last 1,000 years or something. Because the fairy have this odd interest in humanity. To you sometimes get the vibe that they treat us like a zoo, that they get a visit so often, but they're like protective of their zoo in a way that has been manipulated in the past to like help humanity fight different occult things and stuff like that. Because they have this like presumed protection, but it's a vibe that makes you uncomfortable. It's like a mom who squeezes their baby too much, or it's like you being around him, the enumerator. And it's a very pretentious name. Like they are all very pretentious and very just but you would have to do, like, this would be doing a ritual sacrifice in humanity to bring him and let him know you want to talk to him. And you would have to, you could do it in the kitchen if you wanted to, but I don't know if you want to. You'd probably want to, you need some place that had the stronger the spiritual connection, the usually easier time. Like your haunting level can help you like make your voice louder and help you be heard and things like that.
It's at 1 right now.
So if you wanted to try to, but this would take time, and everyone would start to see you doing this weird fucking like moon dance ritual thing, and you'll be like, "What is the fuck is happening right now?"
What is the
fuck? There's also, of a place that's actually kind of like not too far away that you guys could drive to. That's called that the locals just call it the Reef. But it's this place in the water near what is colloquially been called Hell's Gate for a few hundred years now by the locals. There's this part that is in the river that if you took a boat out there, you wouldn't need to do the ritual. You could just call his name and he would show up. So, but it would also connect to what you know to be called the Maw, which is like the interpretation of the darkness, sort of. Like, you, by not doing the ritual and going to this place that's like permeable between planes, you would have a higher chance to summon something that you don't want to.
Yeah. Like, these guys are giving us panaceas and shit is crazy. That's all fucking.
Mr. Brandon or Dr. Curran yawning?
That's a Brandon. That's a Brandon special.
I mean, from the sounds of it, the guy had literally zero clarity. So if we pushed him a bit further, I think he was just gonna straight up die.
That's fine. Yeah. I'm cool with that. I don't know about you guys, but I'm chill.
He would have been rolling death saves unless you guys did first aid, and even then, depending on how much. But still, besides the point. So the Gray are one of the few forces that's been on the planet to try to combat the occult stuff and try to control it, and for both good and ill. Like, part of the Crusades was an obsessed kind of pope that was kind of obsessed with what the Gray was doing and using it for his own aims and shit. Like, there's not a good history all a good history of the Grey. They've tried to be good, but they're not. Orpheus is like a modern day version of them, where like modern day tactics since like the Victorian age ish have come together from like the rise of the steampunk era and stuff to try to. There's a group of people that came together to try to do something similar, and so they have a connection, but never. What do you want to do?
Well, if I don't know. I guess I don't think there's anything else I need to ask him. Like, I mean, I don't know if because he obviously doesn't know what Fenn's working on. He knows about the cipher, but
he knows about the cipher. He knows about the Fang. He knows what Luther probably is.
he tried to use the fucking cipher. I guess is like, is Father Zeke like?
No.
Why does he want to fucking know about it? It's like, what would the Catholic Church need to know about a ritual that breaks reality? I guess is like the vibe. Oh yeah, bitch! I'm preparing this shit. I wrote notes.
That's an interesting question that leads to another answer. So he just rolled a not high enough for your wariness deception check.
Shit!
As he shakes his head in an answer and then mumbles, I don't know. He knows something about that. And he sees the forceful look kind of change on you, and he's like, please, no more bleach. Which is
against the bleach in the first place.
Role playing.
Just for the record.
Phrases I never thought I would say more than once in a session.
Please, not the bleach.
No more bleach. Nevertheless, he looks very sternly at you and says, there is I don't know the word. I don't think it sounds weird to say it loud. There's interconflict between the Grey, the local archdiocese, and the church itself. I don't know what those three entities might be called, like sex organizations.
Yeah, I guess there's a tear in the papacy. I don't know, bro.
Yeah. There's an obvious conflict to where Father Zeke has caught wind that the local archdiocese is not sharing the information back home with the Vatican of what's happening here.
That's a fucking surprise.
So it is assumed, we do have no evidence to prove thus, that the archdiocese here, which insert name as I look it up, because I forgot to look up the name before I got to this point. Where's his name? There he is. No, that's never mind. I was dumb and named an Agent Bishop, and I was like, oh, that's him. No.
No, Agent Rook, Agent Knight, Agent Pawn, Agent Queen.
Agent Queen.
Nice. That one's the scariest of them all.
I would like to point out that Agent Queen is in fact a guy.
Still the scariest of them all.
There he is. Why couldn't I find the freaking name? He's Cardinal Bellini. Bellini. Cardinal Bellini. There you go.
Bellini. Okay, bro.
It is assumed he might have connections with or being paid by Arthur Fenn's organization.
Yeah, most people are.
And then he will turn to I think Oliver was the first to bring up the vampire.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he'll turn to Oliver and be like, The
I
church
mean,
is
we've already met we've heard about 3 vampires already. I assumed that there was like a lot more of them.
Yeah, but it's not like we were told to not talk about the vampire or whatever. It's chill.
yeah.
It's whatever.
Nevertheless, the queen vampire. We were wondering again who was funding, and if it's not the church, but things being refunneled elsewhere, perhaps your queen you've heard about is the missing piece.
Do you think that your church has been corrupted by her?
He lowers his head and says a quick prayer under his breath. Looks back up at you slowly, solemnly. I am afraid, yes. The Cardinal Bellini has been corrupted. We assumed by Arthur Fenn, but it would make more sense for a darker spirit to be in control of him. Arthur Fenn always felt too small, Father Zeke said, to be that influential to Bellini. There had been someone else that had more pull. A queen obviously would have that pull. Queen of what is my question now? It is not obviously a country, or you would have said so. What is she queen of?
We don't
More
even
than she
see
should be, I
enemies.
guess.
What the fuck?
Let her be.
Beep.
I was plugging in my
That's
computer. Sorry. My laptop, I should say.
I feel like
Have I answered your questions?
I feel like at this point, curiosity and personal questions have gotten the better of Luther, and you all can now easily see him standing in the doorway.
Is Louis
Come on in.
He is not
Now we
walking
have-
in that tight ass fucking room.
No, gosh, you already have four humans, 3 rats in there, and now a giant.
No,
I'm
he is
sorry.
he is not in the
fan.
room. I am not saying he is squeezing in.
His head just pokes
Come
over.
on in.
You guys feel so small now in this small room with him poking his head in.
So
I imagine Father Marco's eyes going wide is what draws your first attention, other than the looming shadow in the mirror. For you guys to turn around and see Luther there.
I think Luther, having heard Current freak out, is going to first ask Current. He already knows at least half of it. Should we tell him the other half?
I mean, at this point, what else? What else? What else could come out in this bathroom that would not irritate me?
Pinky flushes the toilet at that point on purpose or accident. You're not sure.
You already heard part of it. A vampire
Point
queen.
taken.
What else? Marco's obviously curious. This is something he's been sent here to deal with this darkness from, basically the Vatican. Is kind of the idea you're getting. So he's very interested as one of the lead investigators to understand how he can help solve this.
Let's see if you can piece the puzzle together yourself. A queen. I believe you were all saying something about there's always a bit of truth in the myth or something. Tales change over time, yeah? What's one of the oldest vampire tales of time?
I bet. Track. Father Marco, he's, European descent. Well, Dracula.
Yeah. Didn't he have a mistress or two?
Mm, what is his focus? He shrugs. Father Marco is not the most learned. Well, he can spend some strain. He'll spend some strain. Yeah. Okay. So getting to a 5. Since you guys gave him some strain back. Well, no, that's a no. That's a 4. That's still good enough. Okay. Because he had he's still lightly
Yeah.
wounded. The heel. Nevertheless, with a 4, there, the gray knows of his brides. They have been slain, all but a presumed 4th bride that he took on after the story as it goes. It was presumed that his death removed the curse from that bride, and she died a normal human death.
Well, there's always a bit of truth in the myth. But what part of it's the myth?
Maybe the other brides who were slain were not the ones we thought they were. I know not much more than that about Dracula, but there is the idea of his obsession with the New World and the technology that was developing at the time that we now have perfected in our own way.
Then let me finish your puzzle. That 4th bride is still alive. And it sounds like she's trying to finish what Dracula started. The church missed somebody in their dark crusade, didn't they?
Apparently so. I will have to take your word for this. I have not seen any of this personally beyond these last 2 days, so
Hey man, we're in the same boat. Didn't know about it either. Until now.
I've answered your questions truthfully. I will answer more if you have them, but I need to reconvene with Father Zeke, especially now. We need to take our own actions and get the Vatican truly involved with what is happening here. I can guarantee that those voices will be heard for what we could do to help Orpheus and you all in these aims against Fen. If there is indeed a bride of the ancient world still here, then we will need more of the light to help you. He kind of gestures in what way he can, bound and still kind of soaking wet in the bathtub. Are you gonna let me free? That's kind of the idea.
All this that's been going on. That's why the Cardinal hasn't given any financial aid to Zeke in the past few months or so for that soup kitchen that he wants. Isn't it?
Yes. I think that would make sense by this point.
Unfortunately, Current, this guy's another ally that we'll need.
Fuck! I think it just like throws the fucking bleach.
Pinky goes out the room and stomps out the room angrily. You hear like slamming in the kitchen, just like because Pinky's angry, just like oh, man. Moving chairs at the kitchen table, like before he like sits down on the table angrily.
Like son of a bitch.
I fucking hate newbies.
There is an obvious relief on Father Marco's face, despite that chaotic reaction.
Rocker Boy, help him out.
I'm gonna go find some more bleach.
He goes find some more bleach so he can make some more brews.
Yeah.
Don't fight more bleach. What is your obsession with bleach?
Man,
At some point, I
the
find
man has
Malik
a dead
fucking-
rat. Don't even ask him questions like that.
I am not asking Pinky. I'm asking the
human who made
What is your obsession
the human
with bleach?
who created Pinky. That don't
Pinky is
and
cool.
he created Pinky.
Current
He
is
created
not.
an undead rat.
I like to think that Pinky is the evil one.
But he's obviously
Oh, he
not.
is.
Pinky's
Oh,
the
he
worst
is.
of us.
Oh,
Pinky's the
evil.
worst of us.
Oh, Pinky is so evil. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Pinky's so evil, bro.
He's lawful
but-
evil though, so you know.
I'm speaking is Siegfried, not as myself.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, we all know.
I feel
though.
like
Yeah, no,
everyone but Siegfried knows.
Yeah, I think everybody
Siegfried
but
just thinks
Siegfried
he's
knows.
this like cute little cuddly animal, and he
Yeah,
is,
no.
and he can be.
Yes.
But he's also just the ruthless, like I am totally. All right, Monty Python and the Holy Grail. He's the evil rabbit, guys. Like,
Yes!
come on.
Yeah.
He's the fucking rabbit.
You know, he's not gonna hold back for those things.
But still,
anyways.
Siegfried is like, "Cut do more bleach, please. It's stupid. It's downright stupid. What's the point?"
It's
I'm just
actually
gonna come back into the kitchen and I'm just gonna be boiling bleach in a pan.
And he's like put other things in there that make no sense. I don't, whatever you do to make your witch's brews is what he's doing.
his
right
bleach is
now,
actually
so.
not unhelpful.
You know what? Fuck it.
No, bleach. It's small
Siegfried-
amount of bleach we actually need in our body, but that's okay.
At this point, Siegfried just goes to grab some snacks,
Bleach.
whatever
It's all
is
my witches-
there,
Oh, I
to
wish
go and
Witches
get to
chicken
Serafina and Evelyn.
Kid,
It's just
kid,
bleach and chicken
Kid Oliver,
stock.
I'm not squeezing in this fucking bathroom. You untie his binds. Get him out of that shower curtain. Earth to Oliver.
They might be gone.
Oh no.
Eggs!
Sorry, I had my microphone
God damn it.
muted. I was saying things. I was just going, yeah, okay. If no one else will.
Okay. Unwrap awkward plastic around the priest in the bathtub. undo
Does it go this way? How did we tie it?
haphazard bonds that put him.
We're gonna have to
No.
cut it.
It's
No,
more
I-
that his weight is on it. Just he needs to shift off of it a little.
The awkward imagery of four people in a bathroom.
trying to step into the bathtub a
Yeah.
little bit and like no. Oh wait, get one leg in there. Oh no, gotta lean on the side a little.
You eventually unbind him, and he nods graciously at those that helped him and steps out of the bathtub, dripping still a little bit with bleach and tub water. And he grabs one of the towels off to the side on a rack and starts to dry his head at the least. And he says, if you need to contact me, you can contact Father Zeke at.
I
any,
know how to get in
the-
contact with Zeke.
He nods, and he says, well, I will. I have no idea where I'm at. So, I'm not from Manhattan, so I would appreciate if we could call a cab or something. Or if one of you would lend me a map. I am a decent navigator, I just haven't never been here before.
Jürgen, do you have a map of Manhattan?
I feel like if anyone, Jurgen would have a map of Manhattan.
That's true.
Because he's not
Yeah,
from
right.
here, so then
I was gonna
he
say-
needs the map.
Us four probably don't need a map.
No, Siegfried needs a map. Maybe Malik.
Siegfried absolutely does.
I don't think Malik needs a map.
I said
Siegfried
maybe.
is literally from Germany.
Oh, I think Malik's.
Why do you
I
think he
Malik's
wouldn't
from
need a
here.
map?
I wouldn't need a map.
You would?
Yeah.
Or he wouldn't? Oh, okay.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, no, Malik's from here.
Malik knows the streets pretty well.
I've been working for these guys for a while.
Yeah. Okay. Jurgen, I'm sure he has a map. It makes sense. He sits down and talks it through with Father Marco, and as that scene wraps up, Oliver gains 3 strain back.
Mm.
Dr. Current does not.
Yep.
Luther gains, if he's able to, I'm not sure. I don't have your sheet currently on my screen right now, but you gain 3 humanity.
That's
back.
exactly what I need to get back to max.
And Siegfried also gains 3 humanity back.
You. I'm back at 4. So funny, I'm always involved.
The next scene begins with Father Marco leaving the apartment and calling a cab beforehand and getting some indication of where he's going, and that's the general gist. If you interact with Father Zeke in the near future, you'll probably see Father Marco again, in that implication. Before he goes away, is there anything else anyone would like to grab or talk to him about?
Here brings next to it Serafina and Evelyn.
Oh
That
no.
was a different question, but yes. No. So
No, just a lot of ranting and raving from the old man in the kitchen.
I love it.
Yeah, God forbid we give him a map. Now he knows where he's going.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Okay, well, Siegfried, you find Serafina like daydreaming. She's like, she obviously wakes up when you come in the room. Like, she wasn't asleep, but she wasn't. And you see Evelyn near her, not laying on her anyways, but they're like side by side in the bed, and like Evelyn's turned away from Seraphina, but Evelyn looks to be asleep, maybe. Um, at least like her eyes are closed and she's she's just sitting there breathing. Seraphina kind of gives you that motion of like finger in front of her mouth, like be quiet, and slowly gets up from the bed and very eagerly comes to get some of the food. She's obviously hungry, and starts to munch rather quickly and whatnot, and you know eventually asks you, "Is everything all right? There was more screaming than I thought there was going to be."
It's all right. The priest, at least, he's on his way now to wherever the hell he's going. Jürgen gave him a map. Dr. Köln was being a bit weird, throwing bleach on him. I just rinsed it off the showerhead and, like, even know how to describe it. It was such a weird fucking thing. I don't know, Sophia. I just don't know. Is Evelyn okay?
I think she's all right. She looks back to her, kind of obviously a little out of it. I think she fell asleep pretty quickly after you all left the room. I'm surprised she didn't stir from the yelling, but Adrian is he is odd, but I used to know a different man, I think, than the one who was in that room. Nevertheless,
Are you okay, Serafino?
Siegfried, bless your kind heart, sir. I hope I will be okay. Yes. It has been a odd few days.
Telling me. I kept being squinted by an ex who keeps telling me to murder people, and I keep trying to shut the fuck up. And then there are these weird people. Honestly, don't even know why I'm here.
You are the odd.
It's all too strange.
Yeah. But I feel like Orpheus probably manipulated that. Your axe is a rare artifact to find in this world. The power that comes from it can cut through time and space, if I understand correctly.
Yeah, I once was in what felt like a memory, but also like a reality, where I cut down a fey creature once. I don't know if it was just a memory or if it was actually me.
It probably was a previous wielder. That would make sense. If you would like, I can attempt to scry, if you will, upon the axe, and maybe I could learn more about it.
That would be very much appreciated, but only if you can assure your own safety while you're doing it.
This is magic. There's never safety.
Then would you still like to do it, or?
Give me some time to prepare, and I think I can ensure wisdom and success is on our side. I will just need a few hours.
So not right now. Gotcha. I just don't.
2 to 3 hours, and I shall be prepared.
That's okay. I just don't want you to be at risk, like.
She is like
I
oddly
felt.
excited about this. Like really kind of oddly excited
One of the
about
first
this.
smiles she's had since we.
But she says, "Would you mind watching her for a while? I need to go confer with Oliver about some reagents for this."
Of course. I won't be happy watching you while you go. And I've next when she wakes up, so I should be happy. I hope.
She smiles. She takes one more cookie from the plate and leaves the room. The door closes behind her and she makes her way to the kitchen, and she has Dr. Current and Oliver nearby, I imagine, and Oliver, I want to show you something.
Right. What is it?
You go over to where like the kitchen laboratory thing is, where you've been crafting. And you're
The
making
cleaner's gonna be so confused.
you're making some alchemist fires, I imagine. Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
I can make an alchemist fire right now.
Oh.
She is going to she's crafting some alchemist fire too. Is kind of the idea to like get ready for night. In what you guys have to do at this other warehouse that Mr. Sterling has told you about. And she shows you different nuances about the alchemy that you didn't see before, and you realize her knowledge of the alchemist fire recipe, if you will, is extensive. She basically, her overload in synthesis in all ranks, she has an
Jesus,
alchemist
mother of
fire,
fuck.
to put game is like one of her like things. She so she
An
is
arsonist? Yes.
giving you some yes. If you guys
Outstanding.
remember was it Agent Orange from Nam? Was that what it is? Like the chemical?
That is one of them.
You know, it could be easily reasoned. I have in her backstory that she helped create some of those chemicals. Is kind of like the idea that I had in my brain. With some of her alchemy being involved in figuring out how that chemical and cohesion, I guess, would work. So as she's showing you, like, you guys get locked up into the idea, and you're just crafting for a moment. And she, towards after a few moments of like just looking at things and whatnot, she says, I was wondering if you wouldn't mind helping with another ritual. Your compatriot, Siegfried, his item, this axe, is something that I believe is... You don't see a weapon bearer without some involvement, I think, of the architects at work. And I don't think they would have been haphazard in allowing the Fang to just be here now, when it is one of the few things that probably could stop what Fen is doing, and then be given to a wielder that knows so little of what it actually means.
So what? They're thinking that they can just set him loose and hope for the best, or that they anticipate us being able to help him?
I think more of the latter. I would hope so. At least. But this ritual of astrology I have not done but a few handful of times, and having your assistance might be helpful in making sure the Fang... You've seen what it can do. I've seen but a glimpse. I've read stories about weapons of its caliber made by gods and ancients, or imbued by the spirits of the architects. It's... I would like to be safer than sorry, is the point. Your wariness is definitely high enough to pick up on her. She does not need your help. She wants your help. And she wants to take an opportunity to try to get to know you in a way that she's comfortable to get to know you.
I do want to help. I do. There's just one thing that's been kind of bothering me for a bit now. I haven't seen you in so long, and I don't know really what to call you anymore. Are you Grandma? Are you Dr. Serafina? Are you something else? It's been so long since you walked out of our lives for, I guess, all of this. So, if we're gonna move forward, I want to understand what our relationship is supposed to be. Am I your grandson still?
I would hope you would still want to be. Oliver, it was never my decision to separate from you. I always got the impression from your mother she never wanted me to be around. That every time I tried to, it was some sort of burden on her to allow me to see you. If it wasn't for some of the letters and pictures that your father sent me, I wouldn't know you at all. So, but I cannot take blame. I cannot lay blame, she would say. I cannot lay blame on your mother. I was not a very good mother. I was wrapped up in many things that distracted from the love she desperately needed, and I am glad she obviously showed you that. Taught you. I heard the prayer. You still know them. It is good.
For the most part. I'm willing to try again with you. If you're willing to try again with not just me, but with all of us.
Even the rat, she smiles.
even the rat. I think I understand. I think I understand you a lot more these days. This world, all of this is so... It's intoxicating. This is amazing. The magic of it, the understanding of so many things. It's horrifying. It's horrifying. It's so horrifying and scary, and people are dying all the time. But also, this is everything that I've ever wanted.
Goodness. Her smile that comes on her face is she turns to you and puts her hand on your shoulder, and this like proud grandma thing. And like if anyone like Dr. Current, who's probably nearby, is seeing this, like it's not like it's a beautiful moment, but there's also this vibe you get from her where she's just like
Doing that shit again.
Like she knows she has someone that can help her achieve her goals even more now. Like there's another.
Can somebody
There's
pass
a
me
layer.
Can somebody pass me the
There's
fucking
a layer
cumin?
that, like guys, Dr. Current.
Siegfried is watching over Evelyn, but if you would
like,
say you would like, you fucked up, bro.
Siegfried, you're not 100% in the kitchen. You're like in the living room, you could say by this point. But
he's in the bedroom.
You're in the bedroom. You're in the bedroom watching Evelyn. So
you are in the bedroom.
You're in the bedroom watching Evelyn. They're in the kitchen. Nevertheless, see, my point I'm getting to is Dr. Current, because of your like his background and wealth of knowledge in eldritch and occult things, Lady Seraphina, Seraphina's humanity is what you're seeing here. Like she is at a point where the obsession of her craft as a hermeticist matters to her so much that you're not sure what she's going to sacrifice to achieve that understanding. And hearing that kind of claim from her grandson, like reinvigorates like that idea that her research was not for nothing, that it actually matters, it is actually doing something, it actually has a positive effect.
Oh, Jesus.
I
love the hermeticist humanity play about
I
how
think
they
you literally do just hear. I think you literally
yes.
do just hear fucking Current like scoff and say something dumb like, "All right, but can you fucking idiots pass me the cumin?"
I think I really want to add to like the scene of where, yeah, I want to say like Luther he's been nearby, like he's in the same room with the rest of them, and
suddenly everybody's starting to realize I'm
no,
the
no,
Jesus
I want to say like
Christ.
as they're having this
That's
touching
what are
moment,
you, the novel one?
like as they're having this touching moment, what did Current ask for? Cumin. Is that something that Luther would just know what it is, or that's like
Yeah, it's like a
spice?
spice. You know what that is.
Your wife
especially
uses that
especially
in
if your
everything.
wife's Latino, then yes, you definitely know what
because
cumin
as Lust,
Yes,
I don't
your
know
wife
what that
uses
is.
that in every dinner meal has cumin in it.
Yeah,
pretty
as
much.
Lust, I have no idea what the fuck that is. As Lust, I had to think about
It's
it.
just spicy
Yeah, I was
brown
like,
powder.
isn't that the spice?
It's the standard like Latino. It's a standard like Latino the spice that's
I
in
use
tacos.
garlic, sage, and salt from
spice.
all my seasoning. I don't use anything else.
Well, there you go.
So yeah.
I would
Luther,
recommend investing in some cumin.
So yeah,
It's pretty good.
Cumin is
Luther grabs the cumin and plops it down in front of Current as he pulls up a seat, even if he needs to drag a fucking couch for him. So
you drag a couch, yes, because no, there's table chairs. You'd probably grab it to the kitchen. You grab.
I don't know. He could drag a couch
he
though and
could.
be
Could.
very nonchalant
He
about
could easily do
I
it.
know.
He could easily do that.
Nonchalantly
He
dragging
just
the couch.
like very effortlessly like shoves the couch, but it moves like 7 feet. It's just like next to the kitchen all of a sudden, and he sits down and flops into it as he hands you after he hands you the cumin.
And as he hands him the cumin, he says,
Jurgen is also in the couch, so like you move Jurgen at the same time.
Just sitting on the couch.
Didn't react, or is he just like?
What the fuck?
Jurgen is like reading a
This poor
magazine
man.
and just like looks up and then like puts it back down. No, puts it like continues to read as he's like now in the kitchen, and he's just like he asks, "So are we making breakfast or what are we doing?"
and so Luther says to Current, "Okay, time for you to explain what the fuck is wrong with you."
What is there to explain?
Everything.
Continues mixing. Does not say anything to
You
you.
have a stick so far up your ass it's coming out of your mouth.
Yeah, well,
Ooh, that's a good one.
They put it
I
here.
really like that. Actually.
Serafina says under her breath, "Thank God someone said it."
It's like
Oh,
so far.
Oh, like you
up
wouldn't
your
know.
mouth, it's
Oh,
not
like you
shoe
wouldn't know,
polish.
woman. Talk to me.
Both time.
I make fucking rats.
Both of these.
What else do you need to know about me?
Both of these interrogations, you freaked out. Now, one of them, I'm more understanding. The other, I can only catch the gist of.
You guys are idiots. All of you are idiots, and it seems like nothing is gonna
So
change.
what makes you the
I'll
smart
just be
one?
over here making my brew. Nothing makes me the smart one. Only the fact that I don't care. Separates me apart from you people.
And what has not caring got you so far?
What has caring got me so far? I think he just like does
if
the
you would have
soldier
used-
deadpan stare at the wall.
Serafina would let that pause take effect, and then she would say, "Well, if you would have used the scanner device I gave you, we might have not been in this predicament, so maybe caring would have been important." He stirs, and she pulls out a spoon that, like, it's liquefied off. She's like, they do not have all the right implements to make alchemist fire here.
You're obsessed with dead people, obviously. Got the strange feeling wouldn't mind one of us joining your parade, so to speak.
I might not. And I might not. What about it? The only comfort that anybody alive has ever given me is just death and hatred, man. That's all it is. Death and hatred. This shitty race. You know, the dead are the only people that have the real sympathy.
Sympathy for what? What should I be sympathizing with you about?
Shouldn't be sympathizing with me for anything. I don't care.
But you said
I'm surprised I'm still here. After all the shit I've seen everywhere I've been.
you're more appreciative of the dead because they have sympathy. So you want sympathy for something.
I don't want sympathy.
Then why even mention sympathy?
What are you, a doctor?
I'm
Shut
a
the fuck up.
father.
Yeah, I had a father once.
Should have been a father.
As Malik comes back in the room.
Malik was about to come back in and then hears that like, oh. He's back.
What I'm talking about.
At this point, Siegfried
That
pops
was
his
so
head
well
out the room
timed.
and is
Dude,
like,
these mortal attachments.
"Can you guys quiet down? The kid's
We're
sleeping."
not even yelling
God.
yet.
Yet.
You are not, but Current is.
I'm not trying to yell. I have a loud demeanor. Leave me alone.
That means you are yelling. Quiet down a little bit, please.
You know what? I will yell if I want to yell, damn it.
Shut up!
Fucking
Current.
leave me alone.
Mom,
Get
Dad,
down
please
there.
stop
Fucking
fighting.
brew.
Nah.
That's
Yeah,
better.
you've proven your
Good
point. I'm
boy.
a piece of shit. What do you want, man?
That's better. Good boy.
What I want to know is why you're a piece of shit.
Do you even read the newspapers?
I prefer staying locked up in my shop.
If you could see all of these things around me right now, you would probably know why.
Hmm.
If you could see all the little intertwinings of the universe or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
I've seen the cosmos, yeah. Calls to me all the time. In my nightmares. Doesn't give me an excuse to be an asshole about it. So what exactly are you seeing?
Seeing a world where the nightmares never went away, man.
You were in Nam.
What's the
It's just
haunting?
like
Oh, that's deep.
No
What's
shit.
What's the haunting level at?
Can it go up if I say that?
As he's talking.
I'm just curious what it's at right now.
It's at 1 right now.
Okay.
Why should we take it up to 2?
You could have a moment, you know.
You can have a moment. I just wanted to know that if they're like, because remind me, can haunting go to 0 or is it always at 1?
It can go to 0, yeah.
Okay, cool. So 1 means something. Okay, so
It's at 1 because I have used the spirit guardians and ticked it down.
Yeah.
So...
Okay. Cool. No, that's fine. I just like the idea of like him saying that Nom idea and you literally having a voice of one of the guys that you fought with in Nom, like with you. Like, you don't.
Wait, what if he has like for a couple words he has like a double voice where it's his voice interlaid with.
Mm-hmm. When he answers and like yeah, I like that. Where Luther hears like his voice distorted with someone else's and like, you know, his anger being pressured by the spirits that are angry as well. Like, you know, that, you know, why else do they hang around?
So,
I think he says something ominous as fuck, like you've been to Nom and it's like, you were in Nom and he's like, I never left Nom. Or something crazy.
Which is like the spirit saying that, really?
Yeah.
That's good. I like that.
He never left Nom would be crazy. That'd be even crazier.
He never left Nom. It's a completely different tone, completely different voice, but it's his voice intertwined at the same time. Seraphina like stops and like looks over at Oliver and is just like Seraphina knows, I think, of the, you know, the haunting that's been around Adrian, but like I don't think she back then saw this level of the haunting, you know, like that idea that you were that like.
Well, he's probably gotten a lot farther now.
Well, I think she saw more of the witch, you know, saw more of like the brewer, saw more of the crafter, you know, not so much of like this undead absorption thing that's part of your spirit now. And then Pinky is there. I would like to roll Pinky. I would like you to roll a stealth check for Pinky, please.
Oh god. Where's my familiar?
Mostly for shits and giggles. But I want to see what the stealth check is, and it's
a plus.
Is Pinky stealthy whatsoever?
I
knew it.
That's gonna be a 6.
Pinky's whatever
I
it
knew
needs to be.
Pinky's abilities are ridiculous. I just want to say
gonna be
he has
a 6 without spending strain.
Yeah, he has a 6. Okay. We're gonna say right now, whatever you're like, if anyone wants to set vigilance to watch this, you can. Otherwise, I'm going to
let it happen.
No,
I can't do anything. I'm watching over Sleeping Girl.
No, I like it. But I would say Dr. Current, Seraphina, and Oliver see Pinky climb up over the back quietly of the couch. He has a kitchen knife in hand, and he's asking Dr. Curran if he slits Luther's throat. Like, is this the time to do it? Is this the time? And you guys are, like, sitting there, and Seraphina's like, Dr. Curran, you better stop your fucking rat before I stop your rat. Like, kind of thing. He's giving you that look. And Luther just has, like, this weird look on his face, I imagine, because he sees them just have this look of, like, sternness towards each other. And you assume it's just odd old people sexual attention, Luther, is what's going on right now. Because you're just like, you're worried
what?
enough to think about it. And it's like there's like that vibe. And Oliver, you're just like, I bet like Oliver is just like Pinky is like ruthless. I imagine Oliver has like he's just like, what the fuck? This rat is gonna
hands on my head, like what is happening?
The rat's totally gonna do it. Dr. Current, what do you tell Pinky right now? Because he would totally do it. He's like giving you that look, like, come on, I'll do it.
Did Luther hand me the cumin?
He did.
Yes,
he did hand you the cumin. He put it right. Well, as he asked you the first question, he put it right in front of you.
You doubt from what you've seen from Luther that like Pinky could really hurt Luther, but you know that Pinky might get ripped in half if he goes through with this.
It's not worth it, my friend.
You shake your head no, and Pinky climbs back
Pinky
down
got hurt.
from the
funny
couch
thing-
and goes
I
over.
feel like because Luther can reflexively transform.
I like to think he does like the pirate in the sails thing where
Yes.
he just
And all of a sudden, Luther just hears a cut in the couch from behind him, and he's just like, "What the fuck?" As he's cutting down the couch to
I think
escape.
the funny thing is like because I imagine Luther can reflexively transform.
Yes,
Because it is
I
a
would think
defensive
so.
thing to transform. So like him transforming out of
Like part of his skin,
him transforming out of
Yeah.
nowhere
part of his skin
would like
thing.
break the couch and like launch Jurgen up in the air a little bit.
Jurgen gets launched towards the front door.
Does Jurgen see this rat on the couch? with a
No.
knife?
He's reading his
Jurgen's
magazine.
he's reading his magazine. Jurgen gets launched towards the front door as you kick the couch back towards the
That would
living
be
room area.
hilarious though.
And Pinky, skates.
But no, as Pinky descends the couch, unbeknownst to Luther, Luther says, "Then show me. Show me that worst night in Nam."
Ooh.
The noise would make Siegfried get out of the room and go like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?"
We're having an actual calm conversation, Siegfried, Serafina would say.
Yeah, but Jürgen was lost.
No, he wasn't.
That's
That
noise.
was me joking around.
No, that was make believe. That was us making fun.
Okay, so Siegfried sat in the room.
No,
Got it.
Siegfried, you hear the conversation mumbling. You could still come out if you wanted to. Evelyn is obviously asleep by this point, but nevertheless, she's exhausted, like utterly exhausted.
Okay, and Siegfried comes out of the room anyway, and he's like, "Guys, what have you been doing?"
The couch is moved to the kitchen, more or less, and Jurgen and them are sitting there with Luther. Malik has come back inside? Question mark? Or did he leave again?
No, they're probably back inside now. Just
standing in the living
around.
room, maybe
Yeah.
sitting at the kitchen table, listening.
Why is the couch moved further to the left? Are you guys okay?
We're having a
everything okay?
heart-to-heart, Siegfried. Have a seat. If Evelyn is fine, yes.
She's fast asleep. I've been watching for the last
20 minutes.
hour or so, I think. How much?
It's probably more like 20, 30 minutes, but in-game.
20 minutes, but he's still saying an hour, just to be dramatic.
Yeah, well, I imagine Siegfried is very dramatic, so, to be sure.
I've been watching for the past hour, so she's fast asleep. It's all good. Once she's awake, I'm sure she'll come out and need something to eat. We'll be ready. So, why the fuck is the couch so much more to the left now?
Luther just looks at Current, waiting.
Show him the dark dream. How does Current want to do this?
How the fuck am I gonna show you my dark dream?
There is.
I don't have psychometry.
Well, you know someone that
Stories
does.
are told by mouth. I want to know your perspective.
What does it even mean? Why are you guys so weird?
Don't tell tales,
It's
man.
not a tale. It's history. Your history.
Why would somebody like you care about my history?
I'm not trying to
Anyway.
fix you. If that's what you think. I just want to understand you.
You can't understand.
Yeah.
Can't understand what doesn't explain.
Serafina, I think I need a hug.
Siegfried, are you. What? She just shakes her head for a second and then looks at Oliver again and then steps forward to give Siegfried a hug because she doesn't know what else to do.
Sure, yeah.
It's like, okay, here, come here, big man. It's okay. Why don't you sit at the kitchen table and Jorgen, get him a snack from the fridge. Jorgen gives her a death glare, like, how dare you tell me what to do? But he gets up anyways.
Someone taught you the things that you...
Love a snack. They are being so fucking weird.
At least someone started to teach you. You didn't understand it then, but as soon as I explained it, you understood, yeah? Same thing here.
Another spirit, I imagine, is like almost speaking to Dr. Current in his head, saying that he should tell him about us. Show him. I think
used to
Dr. Current,
be. Yeah, this is fucked up.
Dr. Current could, I think, if he wanted to, lower or raise the haunting level with.
Yeah, I'll raise it. yeah. There's no lowering in this house. We raise it.
We raise it. Turned down for what?
Boy.
we turn down. No, we don't turn this shit down.
Raise or
I
fold.
think narratively that would make sense for those things, but you will sacrifice one humanity to do so. I think that makes
Fuck
sense.
it.
One.
What's one humanity, anyways?
Yeah, one.
Not like
Yeah.
I'm about to go deep, dark into the history of America's
If
worst.
you don't like, you're about to
experiences.
probably roll a horror check, but that's okay.
Oh, fuck.
You guys, I imagine like it's not really dark in the room, but it feels like it gets darker. It's almost like the blinds are being shut, but nothing really moves. It's just like a fog starts to almost absorb itself in the glass and around the light fixtures above your head. Even around the flames, where the stove and kind of laboratory pieces have been connected to it, in the kitchen, and you feel a chill. Goosebumps definitely rise up on your arm.
How old is Oliver? Is he like early 20s?
He is 20.
20.
Flat.
Okay. Okay. So, oh my god, here we go.
Here we go.
This is where we monologue for half an hour. I hate this shit. So I think he just kind of is staring off into space, and he's just like, I didn't always used to see ghosts. Well, that's a lie. Could always see ghosts, even when I was younger. Dogs die. See dog next day. Mom kills a cockroach in the room. It never quite goes away from you. Animals are easier to manifest in this world than humans are. That's probably why I make so many rats. I was a college student. Probably no older than the kid here. And I thought that I was fighting for something. You think when you get there that things are going to be different. That you can make changes. That you one day will just walk onto foreign soil and walk away with a medal. And the only thing I walked away with was a drinking problem and a platoon of dead bodies.
I think Serafina, real quick, like puts a pot lid down really loudly at that, and like walks away from the stove and goes sits on the far side of the kitchen table. Still wants to listen, but she's like, I think, holding in her own reminiscence of this time period of like what it means. You have activated one of her fears that she had to face. So that's kind of the mechanical reaction, I'll say.
Back in those days, if you lived, you were a hero. And if you came back, people had this illusion that we changed the course of history, that we won the war in Vietnam. I don't think anybody won the war in Vietnam. I think we just scrubbed it from the slates that we carved out of it. It's like when you get a flat tire, and you gotta put soap on it to figure out where the hole's at. When Nixon finally pulled us out, I didn't leave. I was scheduled for Helivac out. Something in the middle of the jungle just called me out. There was something there that told me going back to the place that sent me out wasn't right. It was something that, if I would have came back, would I have been a hero? Wouldn't have felt like it. Probably would have gotten free eggs on Sunday. Something along those lines. Nothing that was worth the toll of watching good people die for no reason. But there in the jungles of Vietnam, it's a lot different. Rains a lot. It's quiet at night. Except when you get attacked by a panther. It's not good. I think at some point I just got lonely. I think I just decided that talking to people was not the vibe. I met up with some medicine women, some rural town, and fuck who knows where. Lived with them for a minute, learned their language, built their temples and rebuilt their infrastructure, and nothing seemed to change. We burned down their home, and for what? So that we could have pride? Was it something that was worth it to us over a difference of opinion? Or was it just because a higher power said that it had to be done? And so there in the jungles of Nam, I contemplated life and death, and made my way back to Manhattan. And here I am now, in some apartment with a rat. And somehow it doesn't feel any different.
Does Dr. Current have a horror threshold right now?
I don't think so. If we,
You should.
But you do have fatalism. So
yeah.
if you want to spend one humanity, this isn't exactly how this works, but I'm fine for how this background thing works. If you want to spend one humanity to kind of avoid the horror check of this, you can.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I want you to roll a horror check about the despair of this.
No, I'll spend it.
Okay. As you finally feed into the darkness. You guys hear these words, but Dr. Current, although he's speaking, you're kind of out of body, like you're kind of like locked in these memories. And the descriptions of the fighting and the jungle, and even what you mean by when you said panther and things like that, like there were things in that jungle that were not human. There were things that you guys fought that were, and it wasn't from, it may have been from the Vietnamese, it may have been from the, like there were things that happened in
And
that world
that's
that make no sense.
and that's not even counting. Yeah, that's like I think when he says panther, it's like it's a given that like I was there to fight, not the Vietnamese people.
Yeah.
Like I was there to fight other shit.
Yeah, and
That
it's
like
and even the reason why you were there to fight the other shit, you question at this point if you weren't used as an experiment to fight something out there. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
and that's yeah.
and that's part of the pressure of like what you guys did out there is you were experimenting with occult shit in a place that wasn't going to harm people that paid for the government to do what they were doing. You know what I mean? They were obviously trying to manipulate the idea of their intent of being in the country as they kind of use the war to, hey, we have this weird thing that we found
They weren't.
that the Nazis made. Let's change this and do this to it. And what happens? I don't know. Go blow it up over there on that village. Let's see what it does.
They were
You know.
looking to destroy everything.
Mm-hmm. And in the process, I imagine, like in a weird Stranger Things vibe, there was a couple like summons of creatures and portals and things that opened because of some of the experiments and things that got out that were not supposed to get out from the dark liminal spaces of the universe, and and that to me, when you said panther, that's what came to my mind, that
Yeah.
there was something maybe akin to even like Luther's ancestry that you saw in the dark, jungle in one of those
Panther
fights.
in quotation marks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I took a piece of that with me, as you can see by that beautiful specimen currently stirring my
Quotation
brew.
marks? So a displacer beast or some shit?
I don't know what it was. Was not human.
So, if I summarize all this, you're the hero that never was.
I'm not a
As
hero.
I said,
I'm just
never
another.
was.
I wouldn't call myself a hero at all. I wouldn't even use that word.
You're misunderstanding me. You thought you were going to make a difference, but you didn't.
I did make a difference.
Not the one you thought you were making.
No, but I made a difference in
We
something.
always make differences. The question is, which ones do we want to make? And which ones actually happen?
Doesn't matter which ones. Doesn't matter which ones we want to make. That's the fucked part of it. What kind of establishment sends a young child into the middle of the jungle with nothing?
Not one.
I hopped into that country as a tadpole. Now I'm just a beat up bullfrog.
Seem to have taken
You can't imagine.
the dead along with you, though.
That always follow you. Doesn't matter where you go.
Yeah.
And it's even worse when they follow you and you can't do anything about it. The worst part wasn't even what the Americans were doing. You should have seen what the Vietnamese were doing to us. The thing that caused us to go there in the first place. Weird rituals and the sacrifices and the... Where do you think I learned to sew body parts back on? Think I learned that from our government?
You could surprise me.
Spent my entire life wondering what kind of establishment sends people to do terrible things like that. And I never quite know.
And so, because of that, you have to walk around with a stick up your ass?
Yes. Because you never know when that stick is going to become the last thing you ever see or feel. You never know when it's going to get planted in the ground. You're just impaled on it. Stuck staring out at the world. Wondering what you could have done to do things differently. I don't wonder what I can do things differently. I just live my life. And let things change how they're supposed to change.
For a man who lets life go on as it is, you're quite volatile when things don't go your way.
Are you not?
Well, I want what I want. And if I don't get what I want, possibly. But for a man who doesn't care an awful lot, that's the part that confuses me. A man who saw horrors, questions the home that he was raised in, and why it sent him into a nightmarish hell. Might have come back a broken man, but he seems like more than one person at the same time in front of me right now, telling me one thing when he really means another. That's the part I'm trying to figure out. Who is Adrian Current really? What does he actually want out of all this? 'Cause it ain't nothing. He cares about something.
You know, it's less about going to a place and coming back, you know, going to an awful place and realizing that that place was awful, but it's more about seeing the similarities in where you came from. They sent me out there to do horrible things, and I stayed out there and continued to do horrible things. And when I had just thought I'd done enough horrible things here, I'll go back to the place where I came from, only to find that it is exactly the same, and that here I am doing more horrible things, and that there are people higher than me on the totem pole doing even more horrible things, and they wouldn't bat an eyelash. They don't even care if they break a hangnail. Do you really think anybody cares about your pitiful, meaningless existence on this earth?
I got two of them who do.
Do you?
Yeah. Called my wife and my son, who would be devastated if I died.
And what happens when they're dead and you're here without them?
Then I'm devastated too.
What happens when you have to face the man that kills your wife and son? And you just realize that you put him in the same place that they are. You can't separate them from him. You can't separate any of us from the dead. Shit, I can't even separate me from that priest that walked out the door. God left me 20 years ago in the jungles of Vietnam. Is Adrian Current standing in front of you today? I can't tell you. I've seen an amalgamation of corpses stitched together, face to butthole. You tell me.
Goodness gracious.
I think that boy died in Nam. And yet he still holds on to whatever the hell's in front of me right here. But to answer your previous question, if any man found himself unlucky enough to end the life of my loves, there is a cosmic side of hell that only I could take them to. Because if anyone takes from me what I care about most in this world, I will have nothing left to lose. However, My wrath is only for the one. The cause. I'm not indiscriminate. Whoever came out of that jungle, that person's indiscriminate. Because I don't feel Adrian would hurt someone who didn't hurt him. But the man who took over his body, nah, he would. He has. And he'll keep doing it too. I'm correct, aren't I?
You know, this whole hate gets hate thing just continues. It doesn't stop. What you're saying to me right now sounds exactly like what my recruiter told me back in 1960. That they would stop at nothing if they took what they loved the most.
Surprise.
He didn't say cosmic side of hell though. He just said a lot of slurs.
Surprise. We're all human. Well, most of us anyway.
Until you're not. And you still wonder. Are you talking to me about this because you think I'm not human, Luther Cross?
Jurgen would interrupt. We have made sandwiches. Who would like one?
Do I look like the type of motherfucker that wants to eat a sandwich right now, Jurgen?
I just want to make sure everyone.
Jurgen, you can hold a plate in
Take 3.
front of somebody if you want to offer them something without saying words.
I'll take 3.
He nods at that and then starts getting plates together.
Thank you. Bless.
Excuse me. Sorry. Excuse me. Sorry.
Could you that Luther wouldn't have forgotten, but I totally forgot what the last thing you said was, Brandon.
Oh, he just says, I guess he said something about...
Like, what type of, like...
Are you worried that I'm not human?
Oh, yeah. If I was worried that you're not human, I'd have no right to ever look in the mirror ever again. I just want to understand what you are.
I've been sent the wrong way my entire life. I've been led astray by my government. I have been led astray by my family, by my friends. As he looks over at Seraphina.
He is not looking at you by this point.
Led astray by my craft. And the only thing I have left is a half-dead rat that is willing to stab you if you talk shit about me.
Pinky probably just makes a weird hissing whistle noise, I think. Yeah. As he's he's stirring your brew on the stove.
You have a son, right?
If you've been paying attention, yeah.
You saw Martin, yeah, you saw him.
You see that thing right there stirring that pot? That's the closest thing I have to a son. Probably the closest thing I'm gonna get to a son. That's what I care about.
So if I crushed him right now...
I just bring him back. Ain't no thing to me. Can you say that about your son?
Of course not.
The irreplaceability of it is what makes it special. Is Pinky special? No. In hindsight, no.
Pinky stops stirring.
In hindsight, no. Pinky in the physical form is not special. I would just bring Pinky back. Pinky as a concept is beyond what I could imagine.
Pinky nods and begins to stir again.
Good save. Good save.
So someone separated you from him forever.
Couldn't.
If
It's impossible.
If they did.
We know Dr. Current's next Bond, I think.
Would you feel how I feel?
Somebody. If you lost your son.
Would you?
You know, the truth is, Mr. Cross, I already feel like how you would feel if you lost your son. It takes a strong man to realize that once you've lost that, and there's no coming back from it, that, who are you now?
Did you even try to find another road? Somewhere else? Or did you just keep walking through that jungle? Only to return it from plants to concrete? Because that's all you knew.
When the body's in a state of psychosis, it goes where it pleases. I walked through the jungle hoping that it would give me answers and insight into what I needed to do to become a better human. And all it did was show me the true path. True path to what we find ourselves when we stare over the edge.
Does that edge scare you?
No. Only the concept of what happens when you make it there.
Whether you're human or not matters not to me, Current. Maybe one day I'll get to meet Adrian, but not like this. So wherever you are now, as long as you do your end of things here, I guess I don't have any problem with you.
As of now, I am merely but a good doctor on this ship of unfortunate souls and individuals. I never claimed to be a captain.
I don't need a captain.
Right.
I just need a crewmate.
I'm your Huckleberry.
Well, you don't get a pass, so hope you weren't expecting that.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna go back to drinking bleach.
I think Luther...
Pinky has prepared a small cup for you to taste the current brew.
Luther would stand and would easily hold, easily grab.
I think he tries it and does the doctor, the Mr. Crocker. Like, I think he just like drinks it. Just that's perfect. Like, just funny.
You would Luther would easily grab 2 sandwiches and would just walk towards the bedroom, not go in it, but just walk towards it while shoving like half of a sandwich in his mouth with ease.
That's funny. Well, the group has a quiet moment. Jurgen finishes the sandwiches for those that want them. Serafina's not hungry by this point. And she goes to check on Evelyn and is gone in the room for a few moments and comes back out and says she's still resting. And she kind of comes back to check on her alchemist fire and stuff. It's not something that you leave unattended for very long. I imagine. And she is also in the process of gathering, I imagine, a crap ton of salt and also like some different incense, sage burns, and things like that as she's going to prepare an astrology to give her a higher chance on learning information about the Fang and from her psychometry that she wants to do is the idea, but kind of getting herself wrapped up in her work. The implications of what comes next, I guess, weighs on people's minds. But the question coming to is, what else do we want to do with this early, awkward morning? And you guys can let me know when you're ready to jump forward time if you want to the warehouse stuff. On if there's anything else you want to set up, I guess as well.
Dude, I want to set something up. Since we're in the business of asking questions, what's the deal with the axe and why is it so special? Why do you care about it so much?
Who are you asking this question?
Like a guy who carries around the axe that he carries around so much.
Siegfried?
Yeah.
No, Siegfried, why do you care about the axe so much?
What's its importance to you?
It seems like you're talking, but we can't hear you.
Greed! Fuck!
Your icon is flashing, but we just can't hear you.
That might just be us reverberating on the
God's-
microphone.
No!
Like if we go, ah!
No?
No? Oh, maybe not.
No!
Greed! Did you
No.
fall asleep?
I think
No.
Well, shite. Scheisse.
Greed? I don't like being interrogated. What's up with everybody else?
Well-
Everybody else tell me your deals. What makes you freaky?
I mean, you could pivot and like... I mean, you know Oliver's deals. Because you interrogate...
Yeah, I
my
don't care.
My stuff comes out pretty
Yeah.
quick and fast.
I mean, Malik, you can... There's Malik, or you could throw it back at Luther if you want.
We haven't gotten there yet. He was real fucking adamant about asking what was up with his axe, bro.
Maybe Jurgen? Jurgen probably seems to do something.
Could ask Jurgen. Guess it just makes it like a general question to the room.
Jurgen is the heir, but he would know, I guess, some things, but we'll say Siegfried ran to the restroom.
Damn, bro has to piss.
Like, maybe? No. Okay. No. Okay. Just seeing if it echoed.
Nah, he might be
Uh,
like far away from his mic. That might be it or something.
Might be cooking.
Yeah,
Or
he might have
pissing.
just like gotten up to do something. Like
Wow.
as a
It was a
person.
rather long conversation.
Jurgen would respond, I guess, then. The Fang is an artifact of a great lineage. been passed down for over 1,000 years that I know of. I started in ancient Scandinavia, and my family has been scholars and compatriots of it for many, many years. But the wielder is chosen in a way that is not fully understandable by us, any of us. It's a choice made by someone else, not here. God, I am not sure. Odin, maybe. I am not sure. I shrugs. It is here for a purpose, and I am here to ensure that it is followed and protected. If he falls, I shall pick it up and ensure the fang is used for its purpose that it has been for 1,000 years, which has been to fight the darkness. Is that not what we see here? He will open up his weird box thing that he carries it up in, and he will show off the thing. And you've seen Siegfried wield like the one-handed thing, I imagine, here and there, but in the box, it's like this huge two-handed great axe thing that's like made of crystal, and the wood on it is not from any tree that looks like a normal tree of the time period. Like, it's a gnarled wood that looks ancient itself. And there's just this hum that comes from it that is obviously not of this world. He closes it up before you guys get too enamored by it.
Yeah, as a guy who spends a lot of time around a lot of spirits, that axe sure smells like death.
Mm-hmm. There's probably to that point, I think there's probably a couple screams you hear from the axe itself that understand that there are spirits within it as well.
God.
It is not. Yeah, it is definitely an artifact of death in its own way,
Huh. Alright. Anybody else got any weird questions about my fucked up past?
He raises his hand.
Luther.
Pinky raises his hand. What could you possibly need to know about me?
Pinky can't speak, so
Yet.
Yeah. He gets an ability that lets him speak.
No, but I don't know.
You're gonna do
know.
You're gonna do some surgery and then insert a voice box. I got you.
We never know what kind of madness this fucking rat's gonna get himself into. That's up to you. I'm letting you control the familiar now.
Pinky is making you a plate of sandwiches, and he's asking if you want the ham or the turkey.
Turkey. Fuck. I think he just audibly is just I want the turkey. Fuck.
Pinky brings over a couple sandwiches for you and him, and he has the one for him in his tail. He sits down and starts to consume it, and you basically get the impression that if he could speak, he says he hates you too.
Damn you, Pinky, I fucking hate you.
He sits down on the counter and eats a ham sandwich. Just kind of enjoys himself for a moment.
Ignore the rat eating a sandwich. He doesn't like to be looked at while he's eating.
He hisses at people when he looks at them.
Yeah.
You get bits of bread and stuff like flung at you when he hisses.
Oh, I thought of one.
So fucking gross.
You thought of...
Well, Dr. Current, I certainly hope that for the sake of all of us, for the sake of everyone, that what they say is true, that we can always change. So long as we're alive, we can always change.
Kid, in my many years on this planet, I've learned the only thing you can change is yourself.
That's what I'm counting on.
I'm stuck
As he says
this
that, he
way
kind of
now.
lifts up his cane. I want to change. And I will change.
You know, I can fix that for you.
Serafina would finally speak up and says, "You will not give him a zombie leg."
Well, just like you said, Dr. Current, the only thing we can change is ourselves, so I think I'll be the one to do it.
Why, kid, you want a zombie leg?
I think I can maybe get something better.
What, like a zombie dick?
Or a leg?
I'm thinking like maybe robotics or chemistry. I don't know.
Yes, you are grandson, by the way.
Serafina has a weird look in her face when you say that. And she says, "Yes, we will be able to figure that out together. And Dr. Current, I think it would be good for you to help us."
Is that before or after we finish your life's work?
It is not just mine. And you know that.
No.
Many of us are responsible by this point. But you and I think, chiefly of all, carry that blame.
The young lad that you put that upon died in the jungles of Nam, according to Luther Cross.
Yes, maybe. But maybe he's still here too. At least enough to remember why you fought in the first place.
If he is dead, then it's good that you can talk to ghosts.
Interesting that we're suddenly worried about fighting. Different tone last time.
Certain things have changed. The last time I didn't realize who all was involved. She's obviously talking about Oliver. Who all was involved. And I didn't realize not just that. The young lady asleep in there, the Father Marco, the fucking Pinky, Adrian. There are more layers to this than I ever thought possible. You have accomplished something that's what they wanted, and it's now there, and you've done it in a way that's oddly. She looks at Pinky, who's just like eating a sandwich ferociously.
Scarfing, yeah.
She's like complimenting what he is, but he's so disgusting that that she just can't like fully bring the words to her mouth.
Really am Dr. Frankenstein.
But like Pinky is like, what they were after in a lot of ways, as something that they could create the control and all this other things. And I think it's fascinating from like taking 3 steps back as a GM right now, like thinking about all the homunculi and things that were created in the other campaign that take place so many years after this fact, to kind of like build into layer that Pinky is in
ground zero.
Like one of the ground zero of like modern.
I was gonna say. I mean, thinking about the characters I've played in the future of this campaign.
Now, it's not to say that
Yeah.
familiars haven't been around as long as Witchery, but like the idea of like a modern medicine created familiar is something that's just like the nuance of that to me is, I think, really fascinating to think about how does that play in with your hermeticist who makes these perfected homunculi.
Yeah.
Did he take Dr. Current's research, Oliver's research even that he's done, and things he's understood about life and death, Seraphina's, Dr. Fent, how much did that play into making those 2 perfect homunculi that were like the crux of a lot of that story?
That was like a perfected, like he did that a bunch of different times, allegedly.
Like it's interesting to think about how
he did it.
homunculus or the creation of a homunculus could play into the creation of from the creation of familiars, and also play into like what Oliver just hinted to, sort of, and like the inevitable creation of the cyborg, the inevitable creation of something that's robotic, that's living and human at the same time. If one of you chose cyborg as a class, it'd be like
Holy
literally
shit.
you're like one of the first.
Yeah, I was just thinking like Luther was probably thinking it said like cyber, like wait, mechanical. What? How the hell?
Yeah, like you mean like the Terminator? What the fuck?
Yeah, this is after the first Terminator.
What are you talking about, kid? What the hell?
That's funny. And in the other campaign, you guys inevitably met one of the first like AIs too, which is like interesting to think about the implications
that is fucking
of
crazy.
that.
About now in hindsight, fucking
like how did you guys
fucking Hunter?
Yeah. I still have that character sheet saved on my.
God damn it! I'm gonna move that. Hold on.
I found it the other day when I was searching for things. I was like, I still have her character sheet. Oh my god. Nevertheless, so just those implications of like, I think the layer of what your research kind of means now is fun to think about. But Seraphina, to bring us back to the conversation, would kind of stand up and take a drink from her water and then say, Adrian, we have to make a choice. And right now, that choice is to fight. Because if
he also did say he'd be right back.
Well, there you go. If we don't, no one else will. It's that simple. So she'll leave the conversation at that and go back to her kitchen and set up and, look at her alchemy thing and just kind of like ignore people to kind of get locked into her rituals even more so. As she prepares for this thing, she is spending a shit ton of humanity right now. Just so you know. She just spent like 10 humanity with everything she's doing. So
absolutely ironic.
Okay.
My grandson is so invigorated with all the craft. Spending 10 humanity.
Suddenly, I want to talk to my grandson more. I hate your grandma.
Her conflicting bonds and principles are fun.
Yeah.
Nevertheless.
Yeah, so
it comes to the point where I guess
poor Malik, bro. Where's Malik and all this?
Yeah, what is Malik? Malik's been kind of listening in.
Poor Malik, bro.
I know. I've been fine just listening the whole time, honestly, though. Like, Malik has been just kind of off to the side for the most part, honestly.
They had quite a few heart-to-hearts and serious conversations, and
The I should have had a kid is crazy. Crazy timing. I should have had a kid. What the
Again?
fuck? Where did he come from? Yeah, again with this bullshit.
I saw the opportunity. I'm sorry.
What's up with the having a kid
Good.
complex?
It
Can we
was-
talk
it
about
was
that?
good.
That's crazy. Can we,
Malik is
can we
really
break that
missing their
shit
lover.
down?
But what if?
We're all worried about me coming back from Nam. Can we talk about the dude that's like, I should have had a kid? In quotation mark.
God damn it, Flexer. I'm coming after that dude.
I feel like Flexer. That's the most Deadpool ass name.
His name is fucking Felix. I just call him Flexer to piss him off.
You're like, where is Francis? Where is Flexer?
I don't know who that is.
Where is Flexer?
That is hilarious.
Fucking the most
I
Deadpool
didn't think about it
ass
that way, but that is hilarious. I'm
name.
going.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! I'm gonna add that as one of Flexer's bonds to where he hates the name Flexer. That's hilarious.
He loves that shit. He's like, where's Felix? They're like, who the fuck is
What?
Felix, man? What the shit? What are you talking about?
My name is Flexor.
I know you
I
know
get
where
Felix,
Felix is.
Oh,
Many
Lord.
flexes.
He flexed.
My god.
Uh,
Alright, give me the time skip, Seth. Jesus Christ.
Too good.
Well, does anyone want to declare anything else that they do throughout the day before the evening jump?
I believe that I have crafted everything that I need to and spent the appropriate humanity.
I think I also should craft appropriate, or I should spend appropriate humanity. Should I roll an amount that I am making again? Because I had to do a second batch, I guess.
No, this is about. Now we're at a different way. Like, how long does it take you to craft one? According to your ability stuff.
According to the Witch's Brew, it says spend 1d3 hours and invest 1 humanity to craft a brew.
Okay. So you guys have like 8 hours, so you can craft at least 2. You can
I wish
roll
I
to
could
see
craft
if
stuff.
you can roll to craft more if you want to craft.
Okay. It only took me an hour. So I guess that I guess we could make it 2. So we'll add 2 more in here. And I'll just spend the 2 more. Invest 2. Spend 2. I'm at 61, baby.
I rolled for Seraphina, and she is spending the very large part of the day crafting 1 rank 1 fire, 1 rank 2 fire. And then...
Also, I was going off of what I would have crafted last session since I wasn't here.
No, that's fine.
Should I still roll?
You can basically, with what I explained with that point, you're at the point where if you wanted to spend more time crafting, you could spend more time.
I think I'm okay.
Sorry to cut in, but can Malik just be spending the time cleaning up after everything to make sure, like, when we leave, nothing is like suspicious
this is
at
a
all?
safe house.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
you
that's
can.
vicious.
You're wiping.
Yeah, I
down,
know, but still.
wiping down fingerprints and blood and other things from your interrogation, cleaning up the mug that got smashed, and
Yeah. I mean,
It's
like,
it makes
if this
sense.
if this is our safe house, we still want to keep it clean, you know?
No.
towards
The fuck? No.
The end of the day, Seraphina is going to be involved in one of her other abilities that she's really effective at, I guess is one way to put it.
Yeah, she's doing astrology, right? She's just meditating in a bedroom.
But she is going to... She has up to rank 3 in astrology.
Wow.
So she can, because of her rank 2, she's casting at rank 2. She can get up to 2 different outcomes situated instead of 1. So she's doing a protection outcome for the Fang investigation she wants to do for the astrology. and then she's going to do a victory outcome to help you guys with the impending warehouse thing. So that basically will mean that.
May I also use astrology for what's it called? Not fortune, influence.
Influence? Yes, you can.
Cool.
So yeah. So basically, she will. That basically means that there's going to be a like a bardic inspiration or like an inspiration that allows you guys to re-roll on checks.
Oh, it's all of us.
Well,
Or is it because of her rank?
Interesting. You're correct. She has to roll, but nevertheless, she's joining you guys in this venture. For those things. So there's that. But she also has. I like to think as part of this ritual. Now that I remind myself of what I did with my notes here for her abilities, is she's kind of implying her overload that she has. I like the idea that she's kind of helped preparing sort of magically for that, but she has the overload in astrology that basically means she can rewind a few seconds of time.
Oh, cool.
Like looking forward and things. She just has to spend to do so. And then she's also spending some time doing an hour of theurgy that she has to give her rank S in some sort of I can't remember if she has. I guess roll back up. No, not that. She's gonna do rank 2 rank C's in one in security and one in which I need to write that down so I don't forget. And one in first aid to kind of get ready for what comes next.
What comes next?
Yes. So she's gonna gain some quintessence. I need to keep track of. She's got 1.
I think at some point we just pop on cartoons for the rat.
Yeah, no, she gets 1.
Tom and Jerry.
No, Pinky and the
gets
Brain.
1 quintessence. So that doesn't.
Yeah, obviously.
Pinky and the Brain hasn't come out yet. It's the 80s.
It's not
Damn
out
it.
yet. That's late 90s,
Damn it.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I like the idea that somewhere we're gonna find in here the random NPC that meets Pinky and then is inspired to therefore
And goes, oh, yeah. Meets me and Pinky and just goes, oh, fuck. This is a
really,
good idea.
Dr. Current is the brain, and
Yeah.
they just reinvent him as a rat, as a mouse.
Elementary, my dear Pinky.
I love it.
Nothing matters, Pinky. Nothing matters.
Okay, so you guys have the better part of a day where you're just crafting, you're just kind of sitting back. I'm not too worried about the like you're in a safe house. You guys spent quite a bit of debt to get into this place. You're off the beaten track of the city and whatnot. So the rest of the day is quiet.
Does the masquerade finally go down?
For those things.
Because we're not doing anything.
The masquerade only goes down at the end of the act.
What's my zombie doing?
For those things. So you're still like, if you go anywhere throughout these hours, you still feel the implication that you need to like be quiet or hidden about things to be sure. as you're not sure, I guess, who's looking out for you. But you all can, because of this downtime, brief downtime here, you all can regain 1 strain back of each type. And that'll include Serafina as well. And that will include Evelyn as well.
Speaking of Evelyn, there is I want to say obviously at some point she has to wake up and we still have to get her to hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Uh
I was assuming you guys were gonna do that sort of on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
way to where you
yeah.
is kind of
I'm
so.
just saying
Oh.
that like I think Luther would be, even if Seraphine insisted she wanted to be the one, Luther would still say no. But he would want to be one of the first to know that she's woken up. So like he would be keeping watch over her until then. So he could just ask her how she's doing. Like I don't know if you want to role play that out or not. I'm just saying that that is part of what happens in the
Okay.
in the time.
Okay. I like the idea of that. I think as maybe a quick role play element to that, Serafina would give you the room, is like I imagine you're kind of taking turns by this point to like watch over her, and maybe it's just you happen to be there near the end. And she's more likely to wake up because I imagine with how wounded she sleeps most of the day. To be sure. And like you're in the room when she wakes up and she kind of shudders awake, sort of in a shock, and like, painfully draws herself up to the pillow before she really recognizes where she's at. And then she has this stern, dour look on her face, as and then you ask her, how are you doing? And she's just like, well, I'm a failure at everything I've tried to do in the last few months, but I'm alive. I feel, I guess that's why it hurts so much. Where am I?
You're still in the same apartment building you were as before. We haven't moved.
She goes to her head. Her hand goes to her head, and then she has a flashback to you smashing it, and she kind of like gets defensive for a moment, and it's just like, all right, why am I still here?
Because moving around right now isn't really in our best interest.
Okay.
Look, we're gonna get you to a hospital. Don't worry.
Her eyes shoot at you.
Yes,
like,
yes.
In shock.
I'm not sorry that I did it. You did deserve it.
All right. Well,
yeah, welcome to being an adult.
I mean,
You take responsibility for your actions. You fucked up. Time to own it. Move on.
Yeah, I know. We'll get there, right? I'm gonna need some help getting to the car.
Look at me. Do you really think you need to ask?
I'm not sure if I wanted to ask you, I'm gonna be honest, but I figured as much.
There
think.
are 2 old people, a cripple. I mean, I guess the rocker boy wouldn't mind helping you out. But he's kind of. And Luther does that cuckoo finger thing towards his head. Not really all that much there.
don't know if you honestly could say much different, sir, but get me out of here, please.
Have you thought about what you're going to do after?
What would you do?
In your position, well, around your age, I lost my dad. Knew my current wife back then. Wasn't really dating right away, though. So all I had was what my dad taught me. Cars. How to fix them up. Keep them in good repair. I knew my craft. You only know this witch business, yeah?
I got a high school diploma and I can fly. Yep.
Yeah, diploma's a start. Look, like I said, possibly go to your mom if she's not an abusive person towards you. I know not all parents are good parents. Trust me. I don't even know who my mother is. Not sure she would have even been a good mother either. But if you think she'd be good to you, go back to her. If not, Zeke, Father Zeke, as people call him, which I find weird. Never understood the whole father thing in the church. Ugh. That off to the side. You could probably find you something to do as well.
You're a strange man.
Why? Because I hit you over the face with a mug of coffee?
No, because you want me to hang around afterwards and maybe help you?
I'm not saying you need to help me, okay? Look, I didn't grow up in gang life, but I knew about gang life growing up. I know what it does to people. People going through bad times with the wrong crowd because we don't know where else to go. Okay? But it's my job as an adult to make sure you, the younger generation, has a good way to go. Okay? That's what I'm here for.
One mug at a time, right?
Well,
Ah,
you're more of an extreme circumstance.
she actually probably laughs at that. she. Uh. All right. Well,
Come on, let's get
that's
you a sandwich, and then we'll get the hell out of here.
she gives you that another, like, she looks at you with the strangest look of like, this man who I was scared to death of is now helping me, and he's kind, and he's like giving me food. It's like a really weird, like, I think vibe on her face, as she tries to process just like the weirdness of these obviously last 24 hours, now that she's like more or less conscious and not scared and full of adrenaline like she was so much before. But she hurts, man. Like she needs help. Like you are walking. She's leaning on you. Like you realize that grenade really hurt her. Um and then you have given her probably a concussion. On top of that with the mug thing. You know, nevertheless, I imagine the group towards the end of the rest, gathering their belongings and knickknacks and bags and things, and packing back up as they can after spending 18 hours or so in this apartment. You late evening, it's probably by the time you're leaving, like 10, 11 p.m., like waiting for the dark of the night really to be taken hold to use that, I imagine. As your ambiance to kind of travel through the city without hopefully too many eyes watching you. And you are going to a warehouse loft in the Tribeca district of the city. And the travel there, I will say, probably as our last check for this session, just with things are falling. I would like a group, or if we would like to elect someone to do so. Nevertheless, there will still be needed a leader if there is a group check, but you guys can decide if it's in your favor. A drive check with perception or focus, because the city is still sort of in chaos and maneuvering through the city is somewhat difficult, and it's also, you need to arrive there before midnight, and if you don't, there's issues, is kind of the general vibe you were given by the information from Mr. Sterling. So there's a little bit of a time crunch, but not too much, I would say. So it's not an extremely high difficulty, but it is a difficulty of 4, so enough that does require a check instead of just like us walking past it. For those things. So, I know Malik, I think, has the drive skill. I'm pretty sure Luther has the
mine
drive
is a
skill.
C.
I would hope that that Luther has a drive skill.
I would hope so. He'd be an interesting mechanic. If he didn't,
I'm like a
interesting.
diabetic baker.
Yeah. That'd be hilarious. Nevertheless, Siegfried gets, yes, he walks. He's in Europe. You guys walk everywhere. He gets driven everywhere. Serafina does not drive. She walks everywhere. That's kind of funny. So you guys can do a collaborative check. Is fine. You guys both have similar ranks, so it shouldn't be too bad. But this will be perception or focus is what I would like you to roll with.
Do I add my focus to it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're all rolling.
And this also implies like dropping Evelyn off at the hospital. You guys can decide. You guys can decide how you want to approach it. It's definitely optional. You can have collaborative things for people giving directions and keeping their eye out and helping you not, draw the attention of a cop car or bike or whatnot nearby or whatever the case is.
Unless I roll 2 negatives, I can't fail.
I just assume we have ghosts on our side at all times.
Well, roll
At least
to
for me.
roll to see, Malik, if you fail.
Okay.
I think that's the implication.
Wow.
8.
What the fuck?
Okay.
You were saying?
I think we'll
Don't
be
fucking
okay.
challenge me.
Malik knows this city like the
Uh.
back of like someone else's hand. It's not even
Someone else's hand.
like he knows. He's even more familiar. Like I don't even know how to describe it. Like freaking goodness, an 8 when I asked for a 4. I was like, okay, so note to self: make the difficulty higher next time.
For when it comes to focus and me, yeah, you got it.
I forget your I forgot.
I am the biggest brain.
You have +5. Nevertheless, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So you guys will make your way through the city, like an hour or so drive. Arrive like 30 minutes or so before midnight at the designated warehouse. following the directions from Mr. Sterling, and Malik is like, well, he doesn't know about this. He doesn't know about these 3 like shortcuts. So there you go. Mr. Sterling isn't even as aware of the city with a map as you are.
Sunglasses on, even if it might be
Yeah.
night.
Well, I love it. There's enough light in the city. For most part, maybe. I don't know. You guys will have the warehouse, and there is a lights on the inside. The doors are closed, both the big and small doors. It's a much bigger warehouse than the one previously. Much for like like industrial car storage stuff. Like it looks like car parts and things. And there is an obvious like western side to it where more of the light seems to be gathered and more of the shadows of people inside seem to be moving. Loose, I would say, understanding with vigilances for now. Don't set them right now. Save your strength for next time. But I would say with your passive vigilance right now, before we go further where we end it, there's a dozen or so people inside. You guys can probably reason through amongst each other. And there is obviously the way you look at the top of the structure of the warehouse, there is a like silver steeple thing that kind of comes out at that awkward western angle. Like it doesn't seem like it's meant to be part of the building. It seems like it like was put there recently. It's very like almost like a lightning rod sort of thing. Is what it looks like, but it's like silver, like bright platinum silver. Is what it is.